So that's how Ordinance Pelajaran 1951 came about, whereby they wanted to start incorporating Bahasa Melayu into everything
as the standard.
But this is good. This is correct. This is a correct way, because we see the effects until now whereby all of us can still speak BM and we still understand each other. You imagine back then, 1951, 1950,
there's no standard at all.
Holy
gone.
shit!
Imagine, Chinese people we're just talking to each other. A Malay could be passing by and he can think that we are talking bad about him. You get it or not?
That's it.
And then, what is the medium of communication? Nothing.
Yeah,
The Chinese just, kau kami the Malay say, ku cakap apa? None of them will understand each other. Correct or not? And that is why we could never assimilate as a culture. No matter what we do, we could never ever assimilate. So Ordinance Pelajaran 1951 is correct because it was meant to use to assimilate cultures together.
Welcome back to Yamcha Sessions. Today we have Christopher, aka Christopher Cheong, who is actually I know you because of
Snorlax Sam.
Yes. So Sam is the guy who introduced your initiative, the White Flag Initiative, to teach students free SPM tuition.
Yep.
Right. But I just want to backtrack a bit. How do you know Sam?
Sam is my friend's brother.
He's your friend's brother.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm sorry, even I'm left out of the loop here, right? So what does Sam do?
Sam is the guy in Canada who pays patronage, bro.
Yeah.
He's the patron guy.
okay.
Then we did the ad for
I
you.
see.
Yep.
I see.
Yeah. So Sam is the guy. Okay. So Sam's friends with Sam's brother is your friend.
Yep. Sam's brother's name is Ryan.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm friends with Ryan through another friend. So it's legitimately just mutuals.
I see.
Oh,
I see.
Shit.
Yeah.
Are you all from Johor?
No.
All from PJ.
All from PJ. Yeah.
I suspected so.
Cool. Okay. So as you all know that you do your White Flag Initiative, but I just want to dial it back a little bit, talk about your past and how you got to where you are today. I know I've read a few articles. We did a bit of our homework that you've done culinary arts in the past, but I want to go back a bit further.
Yep.
So what was your SK/SMK life like?
So honestly, when I meet up with any of my primary or secondary school mates, right, first thing they tell me is it you? Is it true? Because honestly, people don't believe that I can do these kind of things. Like at least like study or start up an initiative. Because I was always very naughty.
Oh, okay.
Primary school.
You ponteng class one.
Oh, not just ponteng lah.
Oh shit.
I stole things, bully lah.
Right.
Everything under the book lah.
Okay.
Then in secondary school, got kicked out of school even.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Bro, you
Wow.
debunk sekolah.
Debunk
Oh,
sekolah.
bro, you intense way.
And then
For what? If you don't mind me asking.
so basically I never really liked studying when I was standard 1 and standard 6. So when I came to Form 1, right? Because when I was in standard 6, I had a lot of friends. So like it's your group. And then suddenly when you go to Form 1, none of them follows you anymore.
Right.
Oh, I can
And
relate.
you're like alone, you know?
I can relate.
And so you just hate going to school. Because the
Right.
only reason why you went to school when you were standard 5 and standard 6 was because of your friends.
Yeah.
Right? And then suddenly in Form 1, you just lose all your friends. And I just didn't like to socialize.
I see.
Yeah, and so I just skipped school for 3 months straight.
Oh shit.
Yeah, tiga bulan berturut-turut. And then I remember I had no more cash to go cyber cafe because that's how I skipped school, you know. Cyber cafe,
see.
just cyber cafes. And yeah, then I went back to school.
So I'm assuming your CS or Dota is godlike lah.
Dota lah. No, I just used to play GTA like
Oh, okay.
9 hours.
Oh, okay.
Nice. That sounds like us also.
Yeah.
Cool. Auto City.
Yeah,
Vice City.
San Andreas. at
San
the time.
Andreas.
San
Oh,
Andreas.
shit, here we
Different
go.
age group lah, bro.
Oh shit, here we
So
go
the-
again.
You know when you're playing GTA and at first you're just like killing everyone and then
Yeah.
you get so bored you just be a good guy.
Oh yeah.
Right?
You
just-
drive and you follow the traffic lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that was how I spent my days lah.
Oh, okay.
And then when I came back to school, I still remember this is in Taman C, okay? SMK Taman C.
okay.
Oh, so you moved to PJ after that lah. You are originally from Johor, but you moved to.
I was originally from Johor, but all my life I spent in PJ lah.
Oh.
Yeah, basically that's how.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm basically more native towards PJ than JB lah.
Understand.
And also because PJ has better food lah. JB.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, it really is a
That
fair
is true.
assessment. Anyways, yeah. So I came to school, and the disciplinary head saw me. Her name is Puan Julie. She was like, Christopher, what are you doing here? I was like, I came for school. Don't you know you already kena buang? Wow. It was like, at that moment, it really hit me lah.
Oh.
Yeah. Then
Did you take your shit seriously after that? Or
no,
just like,
not
fuck
really.
it?
So what happened was it was basically quite sad lah, because Taman is considered a good school. So if you're kicked from a good school, you can at least go to a lousier school, which was called SMK Sri Permata.
Hey, Sri Mata is where my girlfriend's from.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's from the crab school.
It used to be called Seaport.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Then it changed its name to SMK Sri Permata. So I was at Sri Permata, and yeah, I didn't have money to skip school. But what I did was I just slept in class, because I didn't want to study. Okay, and everyone there spoke Cantonese and stuff, which I wasn't really that good of lah. But slowly I learn all the bad words and everything. Okay.
The typical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the end, yeah, I kinda just started.
Oh.
Like,
Just continue studying after that, or you just
No,
didn't study all the way?
I never studied all the way until Form 5.
So you stopped,
But-
or you?
Studying means I never really like, okay, today I'm just going to study
Right.
2 hours. Nah.
Nothing.
It was more towards, I like to understand this. So I'll just read it like for 30 minutes and okay, that's enough. Yeah, something like that. So that's how I just got through my secondary school.
You don't mind me asking how many A's in SPM?
2.
Oh shit, same as me.
Wow, and he gave zero effort.
Yeah, but the thing about it
Yeah,
was,
okay.
it was very sad because my trials I had 6
Oh shit.
and my
Oh,
SPM I
shit.
had 2.
It trials harder normally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Depends on the year,
yeah. I also spend my time playing Dota lah. So
Fair enough.
yeah, but my results were very sad because I had 2 A's and 8 B plus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
damn sweet, man.
So I was like this close to getting all A's, you know.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And you didn't give a fuck. Oh my god. What
No,
was I
like-
doing in my life?
Like because I've always wanted to enter culinary arts.
I
So
see.
results never really mattered to me.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
Like I was like, whatever.
What made you want to go into culinary arts from so young?
But I didn't want to study, ma.
Oh, so you just wanted to cook?
Yeah, I mean like I hear like stories about you don't have to study, right? You just go there, 炒kang kong or whatever.
炒kang kong.
Legit, that's what they say, what? You know, that's all you do.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is my life.
Where did you go for culinary arts?
KDU.
Oh, you went to KDU lah.
okay.
Yeah.
You were focused in cooking, or was it like hospitality? Or
Focus in cooking.
focus in cooking. Oh, I see. Oh shit. Actually, I almost did culinary arts. Then I just didn't get the scholarship. And I was like, fuck this lah. I'm not gonna
Oh, that
do
was the
this.
reason you stopped.
Yeah, because I got 11th place out of a competition. Top 10 gets scholarship.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Then I was like, fuck this.
it's a
I'm
sign,
gonna
man.
cook. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but college was the place that made me start studying actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's the reverse one. People study in high school and then they come to college, they have fun, right? I have fun in high school and I go college, I kind of studied lah.
Right.
Because I actually didn't know I was smart one. Then like I didn't study, right? Then my results were good. Then my other classmates were like, hey, why you so smart? Why you so smart? I was like, yeah, wait, why? How come I so
Yeah,
smart? Yeah, like I got like 4.0 the first semester.
Wow.
Second semester 3.8. Then I was like, wow,
Crazy,
okay.
man.
So I started studying lah. At least like also because I realized that college is damn expensive.
Yeah.
So
the
there's no
value.
point like I
Yeah.
just go there and sleep in class. Like what's
Wasting,
the point? You're
yeah.
wasting my parents' money. So I just said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna study. So I did really well in college, and
Graduated everything lah.
yeah, graduated everything. I thought, okay, good results, good internship. Then that's where I entered into the hotel line,
Oh, okay. Which
Yeah.
hotel?
New World Hotel.
Oh shit, that's in PJ also.
Yeah, the Paradigm Mall one.
Yeah, forever
Yeah.
PJ, bro.
Yeah, forever PJ. Legit.
Hey, and Taman Wayang is damn near.
Yeah. I used to walk to.
Yeah.
I
It's
used to
like
walk to New World.
Legit next door. man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hotel line was shit show lah. Not gonna lie.
Bro, hotel is
Hotel
in
is-
my book the top 3 one of the worst jobs to do because
Absolutely.
you have to smile at the same time when you do your work. You have to dress the part, and although you fucking hate the guts of the customer, you still have to be nice.
Absolutely.
Even if you're in corporate, you don't have to do that. You can still talk shit, you know.
Correct.
But this one cannot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrifying.
And then you have to stand all day, and you have to take all the bullshit from your superiors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's very political also.
It's damn political. Yeah. And so I hated it lah. I hated the job, but they kept, because I had a management trainee position over there.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like 1 year, because I did well in my internship, so they asked me to come back after I graduated.
I see.
Yeah.
And so I was a management trainee for around like 10 months. And then COVID hit. Bang.
Oh shit.
And that's it for the hotel line.
So it's very funny because I wanted to leave the hotel line because I got a job offer in the States. So I was supposed to go to Sheraton Austin to work in, and my visa was approved in March.
But then that's also when COVID hit. Right?
Exactly.
Right.
So right when I tendered my resignation was when I received that confirmation from Sheraton Austin. And Sheraton Austin told me that you need to resign. You cannot be working one job and then you accept another offer. So okay, that's what I did. I resigned. 2 days later, COVID happened. Like shut down. Boom.
Son.
Bro, I'm only so sorry you're not on Joe Rogan's podcast in Austin right now.
Yeah, so basically that's what happened. And yeah, then I received a letter from Sheraton Austin telling me that we're so sorry because we do not know the future.
Unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, unforeseen circumstances, whatever nonsense. Then they said that we have to cancel your job. So I realized that I was jobless, and yeah, that was it lah.
Holy shit, bro.
Wow, that's so sad.
But also kind of happy at the same time.
Silver
lah.
lining.
Yeah, because
That's true.
I left the hotel line, honestly.
Actually, I think if you stay in it for such a long time, I think you become comfortable in it, and then you are comfortable hating yourself
Exactly.
and the job also.
You hate
So-
yourself, you hate your work,
Yeah.
you hate your employees, everything. You just hate everyone.
Yeah, man. And actually, the hotel line in the US also, I think over here is a bit better.
I
in my
don't think so.
opinion,
Leh.
Is it? You
I
think
feel
that's
like
better?
at least in the US, right, they give tips. And,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
actually value service staff
They-
compared
That's
to
true.
Malaysia.
That's true.
You know, in Malaysia, right? Oh my god, I tell you,
Oh, it's because of the rich tai tais and the
not just rich tai tai.
the influencers.
Some are
and
just poor, but they want to look rich. You know, so they
Oh.
take menu. Okay, so it's like, yeah, here's your menu, sir.
Some, I think mostly.
Yeah, I think it's most.
I think it's
okay.
most, yeah.
And when they look at the menu, right, then it's common courtesy to ask like, do you need any recommendations and stuff, right? And they say no need recommendations. Okay, then they look, and then they order the cheapest thing on the menu. You know, basically about that, and they would like ask you to do everything. Like, go take this for me, go do this for me.
Or like
for you.
favors and
Yeah,
shit.
because they feel like, because it's so expensive,
I deserve
I
this
deserve
treatment.
it. Yeah, exactly. I deserve it.
Shit.
Yeah, and honestly, the best people who treated me were still the Americans. British people,
All the-
the Quailos,
Yeah.
they really treated me.
Because they
Very
have like
well.
this human thing also. Like, over here, it's like almost slavery one.
Yeah, it's
Bro.
and also because like I remember someone telling me this before. Like, actually, why you here? The Banglas can do your job, what? The Myanmar people can do your job, what? Then I'm like, okay, so that's how you view our job, like it's replaceable. Okay, fine. Then might as well I don't stay since you see me as no different than the Myanmar or the Bangladeshis, you know. And also they're
Wow.
cheaper, lah, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so sad, man. But I mean, I think silver lining also. Like, maybe COVID was the reason that you are where you are today.
Yeah,
also, bro.
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
So we'll just go into that because I know everybody is keen to know what inspired you to do all this as well. So I want to touch on how that resignation ignited this whole white flag initiative and how you wanted to give free tuition at SPM. I'm sure there had to be some sort of like a business model or like a plan. And how did it all start, dude?
Basically, COVID triggered depression in me, like, because you felt like everything was just going wrong, and like, you know, you don't see anywhere out. But I also realized that I'm too young to be in depression. I'm like, dude, I was only like, what, 21 at the time?
Bro, I went through the same thing,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I was only at 21 at the time. I was like, dude, I'm only 21. Like, what are you getting depressed for? Everyone's facing the same shit. But like, what are you gonna do in this period, lah? And I was like, okay, I like teaching. I want to be a history tutor, but I do not have the experience. No one dares to hire me because they see my credentials as culinary arts. They're
right.
like, ooh, culinary arts, what do you know about history, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the 2 A's in SPM doesn't really help, lah.
I'm guessing none of the 2 A's are Sejarah, lah, right?
None.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! What's the A's?
English
my
and
A's
maths.
were English and
Math.
Modern maths.
I sucked at maths.
Oh shit!
English and sejarah. Sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
I got
okay,
A's
yeah.
with sejarah. It'd be embarrassing if I don't. Later my students will taruh me kau.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so yeah, basically, wait, where were we again?
You were very depressed.
Oh yeah, I was very depressed. Blah blah blah. Then everyone goes through that stage, and then we
Yeah.
bounce back, right? So I just wanted to
To teach, right?
start teaching
Mm.
because like I saw people like asking for donations like rise and stuff, and I got no money. So I was like, okay, but I can teach, right? Teaching is free. Teaching just requires your time. I got a house, I got internet, I can teach. So that's why I just started.
Oh, you wanted it was in the interest of giving back.
Yeah, it was basically not really giving back, but I just felt privileged. And because of this privilege that I feel, I wanted to give back. Basically about that.
Bro, that's fucking noble, man. I feel like a lot of us, we still live in the comfort of that house or that roof with 3 meals a day, sometimes 4 or 5, depending on your mood, or the Grab and all that.
Yeah.
To have that initiative to want to give back, even like just making that correlation of like at least I can give back something.
Yeah.
That's, bro, that's incredible. I feel.
But it blew up lah. Honestly, I never expected it to be this big.
How did so in the beginning, right, when you said you wanted to give back and you wanted to give tuition to SPM students and all that, right? What was your first few steps though? Like how do you start though? Like
Yeah. Do you go back and like restudy sejarah again? I would if I were you.
Okay, it was very funny because I didn't know they changed syllabus.
oh shit.
So what
okay.
happened was one of my friends' younger brother is taking SPM, and his SPM is really bad. So I was like, you know what? I can just teach you for free lah. No problem. Let me just teach you for free. Okay. And like one night before his class, so this is before the initiative even started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it one-on-one or tuition?
Yeah, one-on-one tuition for free. And one night before his class, I just went and checked the SPM textbook. I realized everything has changed. I was like, oh, there's no
Oh
more
my
Islam,
God.
there's no more anything. I was like, shit.
GG.
So I basically spent the whole night studying Form 1 sejarah. I mean Form 4 sejarah. Yeah. Just for that chapter 1 lah, because I was teaching in chapter 1 lah. But that was when I reached out to my secondary school as well. Because I came from the secondary school, I want to help the secondary school first ma.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, was that kid you helping
No,
out from?
the kid was from Taman C.
Oh, the better school.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was from a better school.
So you go back to Permata.
Yeah, I went to Pomata because I still knew quite a few teachers over there.
Yeah.
I was like, can you just share the word? It's free, and blah blah blah. And you're like, okay, we share. Then nothing, no response.
Of course.
Yeah, but then I said like, okay, if I'm teaching one, I might as well teach more, right?
Because at the
Same
same,
effort,
time.
but-
At the same time, yeah, it's the same effort anyway. So I was like, okay, so I used Instagram and I just started like, okay, sharing it out. And that's where the feedback from all my followers and my friends, right, were like, whoa. Like everyone started sharing, everyone started asking, hey, do you need help? I can teach chemistry, I can teach bio.
What
yeah.
the fuck?
So that was, because of that, suddenly I had a team of 5, like 5 teachers. Bio, physics, chemistry, science,
And yourself,
and
Sejarah.
sejarah. Yeah. So suddenly I was like, oh, damn, it's a group. Then I felt like it's something that we can grow on lah. So I started like branding ourselves. Like at least there's something that people can
Has a name to.
yeah, and that
Right,
they can
okay.
relate to. Then I started aiming lah, like why are we different? Why did I start this up? And basically my conclusion was because the educational system is useless lah. It's crap. And because the education system is crap, I want to change it. But I cannot be a teacher because I do not have a degree
You don't have the credentials.
and I don't have the credentials. So at least I can save the country, or I can try to change the country one step at a time lah.
Yeah.
So that was how the white flag came to be. And our slogan is still changing education one step at a time lah. Because our main goal is not like the normal tuition centers you see in Kasturi or whatsoever,
Right.
the Liti, whereby, oh yeah, we got 76 A's or whatever nonsense. It was never my goal. Never my goal to get A's for students. My goal was to make the students love what they're learning. Especially like sejarah, So I actually had a tier list that I saw on Reddit. Like, rate your classes in tier A, tier B, tier C, tier D.
Right.
So I compiled everything from my students, and sejarah is like D or E.
I mean, it's expected. Like, everybody fucking hates sejarah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I asked them like, why do you hate sejarah? It's because of the teachers. Kelas hari ini kita buka muka surat 4. How can you understand sejarah like that?
Bro, actually, right, for me, right, it's the memorization, and my dad told me that sejarah is mostly fake one. So he's like, actually, you're learning like wrong info. Might as well go Wikipedia. That one also more accurate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Non-biased. Hence my lack of enthusiasm for the subject at the time, like, obviously.
Yeah.
But as you grow older, I feel the world history, and then you link it back, it makes so much sense why
Absolutely.
things are the way they are, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're right. You're absolutely correct. It's the way they teach it as well. Not just what the content is. It's the way, right?
Yeah, it's the way they teach. And I always tell my students, like, actually it's harder to make sejarah boring than it is harder to make it interesting. Because actually all you have to do is you treat it like a story.
Yeah.
You tell people about something. People will automatically be fascinated about it. And
Actually, don't you think it's so sad how, like, everybody says that? They always say, bro, sejarah is like a story.
yeah.
Dude, even mom used to say that shit, right? They always say it's like a story, but bro, nobody can tell a fucking good story, lah, bro.
This is horrid storytelling capabilities.
Yeah, it's almost a negative tier,
Yeah, I think why people cannot tell a good story is because they read from the textbook and they expect it to be like a story.
Mm-hmm.
How do I approach sejarah is I would read the whole thing and I would understand why, how, when, or what and whatsoever. I'll ask as much questions as possible. Like, why are the British coming back to Malaya? What good does the British have when they stay in Malaya? These kind of things. And then after answering the questions, I realized I understand why they stay in Malaya.
Oh fuck! I should have asked myself that question.
And because when I understand why they stay in Malaya, I automatically remember.
Right.
That's basically how I do it.
Yeah, it's true.
And I feel like our educational system is so old-fashioned. Like, we are still 1960s, 1970s way of teaching,
Yeah.
Because I realized that students actually, their attention span is so short right now. It is so different than like our...
Is it? You think so?
Yeah, I personally, I feel that their attention span is very, very short.
Shorter than ours at the time.
Yeah, definitely shorter.
Well, then
than
again,
ours.
it's because they got handphones and shit, right?
Yeah.
So, like, why the fuck would I read a book when I can go on TikTok also? Right?
Absolutely.
Is that true, or is it because we are viewing these kids today from the lenses of an adult?
Not really. Like, I just personally feel that their attention span is reducing. I think my attention span is reducing
Oh, you think
because
so?
I think I read about all these before. Like, psychology says that when you're reading Instagram, because you're scrolling all the time, you never really read the captions and stuff.
Yeah.
Reddit, TikTok, you're always scrolling.
Unless it's like a hot chick in the bikini, then you're like, I wonder what she said. Then she's like, oh, just never mind lah. Then continue.
Yeah.
Carpe diem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because of that, right, it's ingrained in their minds to skip. So when it comes to teaching, right, when the teacher is not teaching something that's interesting, their brain goes bang. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So basically, that's how I realized that we need to change the way we teach. And I didn't want my tuition initiative to hire school teachers, actually.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You were anti-establishment.
Yeah, I was anti-establishment because what's the point?
You just repeat on you if you
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
I feel so bad for the students. If they go to school, they listen and they come to a tuition and they listen. What's the point?
Actually, a bit of context, right? Don't you feel? Did you take tuition when you were younger?
Yeah. I did.
Okay. So I don't know whether it's the same for you, lah. Right? I don't know, but for us, right? I think tuition also is almost the same. It's always the repeat what's in the textbook, or they teach you ways on how to answer the question, or pass papers, so that you can somewhat jog your memory.
Right.
So it's basically memorization, right?
Yeah,
Not really understanding.
Because
Of the thing, right?
the objective in school and the objective in tuition is the same.
Get
it's
A.
for you to get
Yeah,
the A.
exactly.
It's not for you to garner knowledge
Yeah.
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
That's just a byproduct of you getting an
Yeah,
A.
true,
Absolutely, yeah.
true.
which is very sad.
The A is what gets you the PS5 anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Also, one thing I realized was when when I went to college, right, and I met people who scored straight A's for SPM, and when they asked to do assignments, right, don't know. They don't know shit. Like
Actually,
legit,
that's the same for me as well. Yeah.
they just cannot do one. Like these are straight A students, you know, so called. Oh yeah, the cream of the crop, creme de la creme, and then these, and then you know,
They hanky one.
yeah, the hanky or
Yeah.
the attitude is lazy and stuff, and so that's why it made me realize that success is not just knowledge. It's so much things. It's attitude. It's humbleness. It's so much.
It's
other
an
things.
accumulation of everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so one thing that I face for my students a lot of my students in the initiative is they come and tell me that they suffer a lot from depression.
Wait. You're telling me kids
Yeah, kids.
like born in year 2005 and shit.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not it's
04,
actually
04.
Oh, yeah.
04.
But above now,
Yeah,
right?
above now.
Are going through depression because of the education system, or do you think they're just depressed because of other things? So you gotta be clear first.
I mean, they tell me they're depressed.
Okay.
I said, why? Because the thing about our initiative is we actually take care. Like you see, main thing is we don't care about the grades. We care about the students. That's
Yeah.
all we want. We just want to create quality pemuda yang bermutu. You know?
Wow.
That's what we want to do. We just want to create quality students who actually understand. Okay. And then so they tell me a lot about like their personal issues or relationships
Yeah.
or grades. So I often tell people that whatever results you get, whether you fail or you pass SPM or you get straight A's or you get straight D's or whatsoever, right? It does not change who you are, you know. Like it does not change who you are at all.
You're still gonna be depressed if
it didn't change who I was. Because I knew like who I was. And so I told them, if you cannot see who you are, right, I'd rather you find yourself first than before chasing after results. Because you can get good results, right? And then you are
Spiral
no
back.
one. So I was reading this from Jordan Peterson as well.
Whoa, shit.
Oh,
Oh,
enough.
shit. Here we are, man. Here we are.
And so Jordan Peterson was giving an example about small town and big town theory. So the theory of small town, big town is when you're in a small town, so the competition that you face is much lesser. So you could be the number one runner in a small town or the number one scorer in a small
It's a
town.
big fish in a small pond.
Yeah,
thing,
and then when they enter the big town, suddenly
thing
you have
is,
so much competition. You are no longer the smartest and whatsoever.
right.
And then they break down
because
they
they're so
realize-
used to
yeah,
being
exactly.
the top.
And I personally feel that happens a lot to a lot of students who score well in education system because they score so well and they enter college and they're like, oh my god, I don't know.
They crumble.
They crumble. They absolutely crumble because they think that I'll be getting A's all this while. I will get A's as well, and
It's
then
a
they don't.
false godhood,
Yeah.
bro.
They just their reality crumbles. Absolutely crumbles. And
Ego
that's why-
shattered.
Yeah, ego shattered, everything. And so that's why, for me, right, really, grades is just on paper.
So do you I know you do the tuition, right, in terms of tackling all this, but when they come to you with personal problems and all that, do you deal with that as well? Do you assist them with that?
So I definitely assist them with that as well. But lately, I feel that, like, as much as I want to help them, I might not be the best person for it.
Yeah.
Right.
I
for
might
sure.
not give the right.
don't have the
advice.
credentials
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, I don't have the credentials for it. So lately, I got a volunteer psychologist. to help
Wow,
us.
shit on your team as well?
Yeah, and she's a really nice person. She's like also creme de la creme because SPM are straight A's, highest honors degree,
All that shit. Lah.
Dean's list, PhD, everything under your belt, you know.
Yeah.
So she's like, wow, gang chao one of these people.
So she helps you with the students that have
Yes.
their personal issues and all that. Lah.
So basically, in my server, we do a ticketing system, whereby, because students, right, when they don't know anything, they really shy, right?
Yeah.
I don't want people to know that I do not know something.
Of course.
It's true.
Yeah.
So I do an anonymous section whereby they can request a ticket, and what I can do is, if let's say they need help with maths, so I would tag my maths tutor inside, and so my maths tutor can explain the questions or the problems one by one, and no one knows about it except for the student and the maths tutor. So it's
I
very
see.
private. So I realized that we can do that for counseling because it's private.
So you
other
can have that
students,
one-on-one.
yes, other students cannot see what
Right.
these people are conversing about,
Yeah.
And I said that, feel free, go ahead. If you want to call that student,
Yeah.
or you want to, anything,
Have a chat or
have
whatever.
a chat, go ahead. Because it's about maturity lah. I mean, they have to just understand that, they have to get out of this
This
teenage
space,
phase.
yeah.
They really just have to get out of the teenage phase and understand that, adulthood is
It's more than just getting straight A's.
it's more than just getting straight A's. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I want to go back a bit to the white flag also. I now I know that you provide all this additional like helping students and all that, right? You were saying you notice a lot of kids also have all these depression things and all that, right? But then like when you are in the class, you just for you lah, you just focus solely on sejarah, right?
So I would always have 10 minutes before class, because my way of teaching is I do not want it to be like a tutor-pupil kind of
Yeah.
relationship. I want it to be like a brother-sister kind of relationship.
Okay.
I see.
And so I always treat them like my own siblings.
Yeah.
Like I want the best for you.
Okay.
So for the first 10 minutes, I would try to understand better. Like I would just play music and I tell them, hey, go ahead. I want to empower you as youth. Go ahead. If
Pick
you
a
got
song
any
or-
song requests, go ahead.
Oh.
At least like
There's an engagement of sorts.
there's that engagement. And
That's how you get them comfortable as well.
yeah, and I give everyone nicknames. I ask everyone about themselves because like I got students from like Johor, Kedah, Sabah,
It's nationwide
Sarawak.
lah.
It's nationwide,
Cool.
and so students really like it when it's personal.
And they have their what they say makes a difference also.
Absolutely.
Yeah, rather than just being part of the whole entire classroom lah. Which goes to my next question, right? So if you provide sejarah and you provide all these individual topics, right? What makes your tuition different from the regular regular teacher? Like what how do you teach the syllabus in a different way?
We approach the syllabus like it's a university way.
Okay.
You know how university teachers are much more engaging, or they use much more critical thinking. The way we teach for every single subject, we want the students to have more critical thinking. We do not want to just talk and then they just listen. We want it to be much more critical thinking, whereby they ask themselves, why are we learning this? Or what good does it help if I learn about meiosis, mitosis? like all these kind of things, you know? And so that is the main difference. And also the main difference is we don't care about results.
I see.
Yeah.
You care solely on the learning factor lah, right?
Results are just a bonus, a benefit. It's something that it's a reward for the students. Yeah, it's never a goal for the students. That's my personal agenda.
Then how do you teach something that's not true? Because if let's say sejarah is actually I don't need to let's say lah. We all know sejarah is not 100% true, right?
Yeah, not 100%.
Yeah, right. And you yourself also know this. So how do you approach your students, telling them or letting them know that, okay, bro, we all know that this is not true, but this is what you have to know, because in the end you're taking tuition. Because let's face it, as a kid, right, they want the knowledge. Don't get me wrong, but I think low key they want that PS5, which means they want that A lah, right?
Yeah.
High key. Yeah.
High key lah, right? So how do you approach that? How do you tell them that? And what are your responses, bro? It's gotta be fucking gold, dude.
Kids are damn honest.
Yeah. Honestly, kids sometimes they're too honest lah. Yeah.
Okay.
So they say things that actually hurt me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But okay, going back to your question, right? So I make the case very clear to them that
Yeah.
my goal is to educate you, but because you guys are SPM students, I cannot be giving you the truth, because if it's the truth,
You might confuse that.
yes. But anyways, I will still teach them anyway.
Okay.
Like I tell them this, as Sejarah textbook says, Singapore left Malaysia. It's wrong. Singapore never left Malaysia. Singapore was kicked from Malaysia.
Okay.
It was the Malaysians that did not want Singapore, not Singapore did not want Malaysia. But textbook says Singapore left Malaysia. And so one of my students, she's a bit hard-headed lah. She's like, oh, I'm going to teach them. So she wrote in her trials paper, oh, Singapura ditendang keluar oleh Malaysia, whatsoever. The teacher gave her a big X, singled her out in class, and basically had to lecture her for 10 minutes about why it's wrong, why blah 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 blah.
Wait, so the teacher was actually she's already like
She's brainwashed already.
she's
lah.
already she's already there lah, bro.
She's used to kursus 6 jam and then karipap, bihun.
Sit down at a water cooler conversation.
So like,
Legit, yeah. That's no joke. That's no joke.
so the teacher gave the student a lecture about all this.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of fallacies in the textbook, such as they say that the Kuomintang Party, Kuomintang Party, brought in communism into Malaysia, which is absolutely wrong because the Kuomintang Party was fighting the communists in China. How can they bring in the Chinese people? How can they bring communism into Malaysia
When
when
you're
they're fighting against it?
Yeah.
And so, right, it's also quite good because sometimes I purposely leave out these nuggets of information just to see if there's any students that actually look it up.
Ooh,
And so
interesting.
then that's where I know, okay, this student's bright. He actually went Wikipedia to look. She actually went Wikipedia to look. Oh, they asked me things one, So that's how I know that, okay,
This guy is
Got
thinking
potential.
yeah, got potential. Or just like, at least I know that I'm cultivating something in them. Because I
trying to do a
don't-
Kakashi on them. Is it? What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
You're trying to
For
tell them
real,
steal
eh.
the bells, but then after
Yeah.
that only two of you all get the meal, and then after that you fucker actually you're supposed to work together and shit like that. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, basically, that's how. I mean, one thing that I want to get rid of is this spoon feeding technique lah,
Yeah.
of Malaysia. Everything is just spoon feed. Oh, what's the answer? Oh, I give you. What's the answer? I give you. Wrong. If you can check it in Google, why should I give you the answer? It's only if you actually try and you still don't understand, I will explain to you without doubt. Because it's true, ma. How can you, like, if you still carry this same mentality until when you're working, right?
You're gonna be a cog in the machine.
Sure,
Also.
you will never eclipse other people. Because why? Everything you don't know, I don't know. Can someone help me? Oh, come on.
I think that's actually very common, but you can't fault them because I think when you are young, right, standard one, that's already the way it started, right?
Yeah.
Actually, don't even say standard one. I think even in kindergarten, it's always like this, learn it this way, learn it that way. And then there's this like syllabus, right? So by the time you reach that 16-year-old, 15-year-old taking from 4, 17-year-old from 5, how can you blame them also? It's quite hard, man, to just suddenly flip. Like, oh, bro, I woke now, bro. I can check Google, fuck. All this time, I just check the textbook, ma. But do you preempt them and be like, hey, you know the textbook not 100%.
Of course, every time, every single class, I would say, guys, it's with a heavy heart that I tell you that we
With
will
the
be,
heavy heart.
heavy that we're telling you that we'll be learning about from 5 chapter 3, which is Perlembagaan Persekutuan. You know the 99% here is rubbish. No lah. Okay, actually not 99% of things are rubbish lah, but I feel personally we don't need to learn about it. It's good that we learn about Perlembagaan Persekutuan, whereby it's a federal constitution, so it gives you rights. You rights. You have your own rights. This is good. Because why? The government cannot step on us, ma, because
But
we have
yeah.
our own rights. It's constitution, It's
But-
higher than the government. It's higher than the Agong,
But IRL,
Yeah. But it's good knowledge for people to have. So I feel like this is
at least they're empowered. So in the future, they might make a difference of some sort
Exactly.
because they know their rights.
like Siti Kasim. You know Siti Kasim?
No. Dude,
No.
enlighten us, please.
Okay, Siti Kasim is a very famous lawyer, human rights lawyer.
Oh, okay.
So lately that Azam Baki,
Yes.
that whole ruckus. So she's a lawyer. She knows her law very well. She read all the court cases and stuff. So she was trying to get into KL.
Mm.
And she was like, tangkap me lah, tangkap. I know the law, you want tangkap? Then she just quotes all the law and stuff. Because it's if Malaysians know that actually, right, the constitution is higher than the Yang di Pertuan Agong, they would know that actually they are very empowered people, And if anyone trespasses your constitutional right, and you
feel
sue
like-
them, right?
yeah.
You confirm win, because no matter what, if you go against the constitution, you will always win. I mean, you always lose one. That's one thing.
Which is what they usually do. But
Yeah.
what we lack the understanding of, right?
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
that's why it's important that we learn about this in history. But it doesn't need to be an entire chapter. Like telling us, oh, why is it good lah? How did it come about lah? Oh my god, it's it's a waste. It's really a waste.
I think it's part and parcel of history. It's just that I think, okay, so this is also where I feel the education system is not exactly at its top, right? It's learning the facts, but not learning how to apply the facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a bit of understanding, right? It's kind of like understanding that heat makes things expand and cold makes things contract. Now, by understanding this, right, people are like, cool story, bro. But as an engineer, you probably utilize it, like, shit, this part doesn't, fit into the hole. Maybe if I freeze it, it will shrink and then I can chop it in.
Absolutely.
So it's an application of the knowledge as well. There is a lot of, it's not practiced in the education system here, right? Do you think that this is something that you also incorporate in your tuition, or do you think it's something that's lacking completely in the education system right now? What are your thoughts on this?
So I don't think people, application of sejarah, I think for our country is only one thing.
Yeah.
It's racial
like
harmony.
the constitutional rights,
Racial
right?
harmony.
Racial harmony. For me,
Yeah.
like, that's the main thing. Constitutional rights, okay, fine. But racial harmony is the main thing that I want people to apply to. Because history teaches us how did each and every single race come into Malaysia.
Yeah.
What did each and every single race fight for? So because of sejarah, you would understand, okay, you at least understand why Malay is important to us. Why the Malays
As in the
have,
language?
Malays have
Or you as in the race? Or the- or the-
language and
Oh,
race.
okay.
Why does the Malays have ketuanan? At least we understand it. I understand it. I see why they did it.
Yep.
And so because of that, right? Because you understand about the Malay culture, the Indian culture, the Chinese culture, the Iban, Katazan, and lain lah. Okay, you will learn to tolerate them better
Because you understand.
Because you understand, absolutely.
Yep,
Because you understand. Like, for example, why did the communists reign terror over Malaysia? Is it justified? No, it's not justified. But you understand why. Imagine your whole Chinese family get absolutely raped by the Japanese. Your brother, your husband, your father get killed. Okay, wouldn't you harbor the same anger towards the Japanese? And when you find out that it was another race that membongkar, that reveal or backstab you, won't you feel even angrier?
Right.
So it is why communism at the time, right? And one thing that I have to state it clear is a lot of people think that the Chinese were mainly communists. No, because at the time communism, there was a lot of Malays in communism as well.
Oh, is it?
A lot.
Oh, okay.
Parties such as PKMM,
Yeah.
KRIS.
Right.
These are the parties that they didn't agree with UMNO, so they joined the second best group that they can join.
What's
which
mentioned in the textbook though?
Was it mentioned that
Yeah,
these parties?
I think they mentioned like a few of us kind of turned to that, but they never specifically said like which race and all that. Like, they just say like a lot of locals took that turn, right? Like,
I think one
Damn.
thing good about the textbook got right was they did not specify that hanya orang Cina adalah communist or whatever, because this is absolutely wrong.
yeah.
Because there was just different there was a lot of Malays and Indians in communism as well. But one thing they realized, one thing they wrote down was the creation of MCA and stuff
To fight against it in some way.
to show the British or to show the general populace that not all Chinese were communists. So you could see that there was some truth that, of course, correct. The majority of communists were Chinese.
Yep.
It's correct. I cannot
Dispute that.
dispute that. But yeah, it is the fact that, until now, 2022, 2021, we still have people saying, China communist. Ooh, honestly, like it baffles me. Yeah, but then again, it brings me back to what I tell my students. Like, I tell my students, okay, we learn about this, so what? If you're gonna continue being racist and stuff, then I have failed as a teacher. That's what I said.
I feel like you have this teacher's pride now. I swear. Like it comes,
Oh, yeah.
I swear.
100%.
I feel like I've always would like to teach, but I just didn't know how to do it. I just didn't know how to do it. But I feel that teacher pride from you, man. I swear.
Really?
It's amazing.
Elaborate a bit more about teachers, right? Yeah.
The teacher's pride is kind of like, you do all you can, right, within your power, right, to make this student have, or at least be a better person than you are, so that they can be a better rakyat in the future, right?
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that a lot of the the school education syllabus kind of skews towards a very one-sided approach when it comes to leading everybody in that direction. Because I think even in the past, right, when I was much younger, a lot of us like hung out together, like in terms of like the like racial harmony. But as I grew older, I feel like, you know, because you're online, and then the algorithm kind of like makes you feel as if you only see what you approach or like, right? Which is basically they target you based on your age, your location, your race, your religion, and everything. It kind of makes people more segregated rather than together, which is actually contradicting to Sai Sadiq, like, because Sai Sadiq is like, oh, we are together because of all this, right?
Yeah. Right.
I feel that sometimes it creates that divide. So like even if you look in the US, the Democrats and the Republicans, they have this incredible divide because of this, you know.
Yeah.
Don't you think? So I don't know how would the education system change? Because so before the podcast, a bit of context for the listeners and the viewers, right? Before Chris was here and we were doing sound check and all that, you were talking about how the syllabus is changed a lot since the time that you have graduated. And if you, who had SPM, how long were you? 6 years?
6 years ago.
You were 6 years ago, and I have, maybe mine is like 13, if I'm not mistaken.
Mine's 10,
right?
yeah.
If it's 13 years ago, I'm pretty sure it's changed a lot, right? Do you think it's more towards one-sided now than last time? What are your thoughts, man? Oh, bro, he's thinking of the political answer because he's gonna get shit in the comment section.
I can't say for other subjects, but let's just talk about sejarah.
Sure.
I think one thing they did was they removed all 4 chapters of Islam.
Whoa, they removed it?
They removed. Okay, they didn't really remove it. They just relocated it. They relocated it to Form 1 now. So you're learning about Islam in Form 1.
I see.
And in Form 4, it's more about a country.
So it's no more kepercayaan enemies me in Form 1.
You still learn about all those.
Paleolithic
You still learn about it.
Oh, still
learn about it.
Okay.
One thing I think they did correct in sejarah was they made it all link up now. So when it's Form 4 chapter 1 all the way to Form 5 chapter 10, it is in the same continuous timeline.
Oh, I see.
It is not like
Jump
when
here,
we
jump there.
first started,
Yeah,
we
it
learned
was so
about
fragmented.
Huang Ho lah, then suddenly about Islam lah, then suddenly
Yeah.
goes back to our country. That
Yeah.
is one thing they did correctly
Okay.
lah.
So
That
the order of things is better.
order of things is better.
That's more like the how.
Yeah.
Maybe the how got better. Did the what get any better?
Oh,
Nah lah, not really lah. Yeah,
Okay, so
unfortunately.
it didn't get better. Did it get worse?
Um,
Or is it basically the same shit?
I think it's not enough for Malaysians. I think
why do you think that?
because it's still watered down. Like why do we need 4 chapters about explaining about why this country runs or why this country has a sovereign right to rule? No one's disputing that. Legit, no one's
That's a fair assessment.
really, no Malaysian is. Who says they can simply do a constitution? No one. No freaking what? Nobody.
Yeah.
But we're learning about it. So that really cranks my gears up. Like it really makes me very angry because I'm teaching them stuff, and when it comes to constitution, of course, there's a lot of legal terms inside, and I have to teach my poor students that. And because these terms I'm learning it and I'm teaching it is in BM.
Yeah, it's even
Oh,
more.
It's even
complicated.
worse.
Yeah.
Because there is no way, right? Okay, for example, if I want, because normally I teach my sejarah classes in English.
Yeah.
You
You teach in English?
I teach in English. Because I tried teaching it in BM, right? They said, no, please. No, also because they really love it in English.
Okay.
Because finally they can understand.
Right.
Because honestly, it's a language barrier. It is not a understanding barrier, it's a language barrier. So yeah, when I when I teach my students, right? Yeah, it's quite sad lah.
So when you teach in English, do you feel like when you teach that whole entire 4 chapters of what do you call it? Do they question it like you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Because like for example, Perlembagaan Persekutuan. I will ask my students,
Sure.
apakah maksud Perlembagaan Persekutuan? Or what do you guys know about Perlembagaan Persekutuan? I don't know. I never don't know. I say okay. Then I'm like, okay, how do I explain to them? So I use English. Oh, Perlembagaan Persekutuan means constitutional federation. Federation's constitution, meaning the country's constitution lah.
Yeah.
I still don't know what is it. So I use 2 languages and they still don't understand.
So you have to
I have
simplify.
legitimately break it down. So what is perlembagaan? Perlembagaan means constitution. What is constitution? Constitution means highest law of the land. So why do we need constitution?
Because you need law lah.
You need law. But why? What's the difference between undang-undang and perlembagaan? The thing about it is perlembagaan, you cannot touch it unless there is a combination of lawmakers such as people in parliament to get the approval of the Agong to change it. And perlembagaan or the constitution is very important because it doesn't allow the king to simply abuse law. He cannot abuse law that
He needs to go through parliament
Yes,
in order to make sure that that law is accepted for the people as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he cannot just like, oh, I want your Yong Tau Fu, you better give it to me. I want your girlfriend. He cannot do that already. It's not Raja Berkuasa Mutlak, You
Yep.
know, like kings back then.
Entire power.
Entire power, this kind of things. So that's what I try to do. But it's still very hard.
What do you think that you should be teaching in Sejarah, and how do you think it should be taught then?
Nice. Because there's a lot of things to learn about sejarah. But one thing that is very good is we learn about nationalism. So nationalism is very controversial to a lot of people. Because some people might say, oh, nationalism. Ever heard of Nazi-socialist? The Nazis were nationalists also, right? Why are we learning about nationalism?
Right.
But because Nazism, nationalism, and Malaysian nationalism is so different.
Yeah.
Nationalism is basically just your deep love of a country
That's
and you want it to
exactly-
change.
Yeah.
Nazism is ultra love for your country that you don't even that you hate everyone else because you love your country so much. Okay? So I feel like we should learn more about it. Learn more about French Revolution.
Yeah.
And even learn more about Malay history. Like olden day Malay history. I feel like we touched too little about that. We should learn more about Chinese history or China's history. Why did the
Right.
Chinese people come over here? Those kind of things. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
So that you understand.
More
Exactly.
of a global context, right?
Absolutely.
The reason why I asked this question, right, is because, right, when I was in college, and I think I was like 18 or 19 already, right, at that time, right, I didn't even know what the fuck the Holocaust was.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
honestly,
okay.
there's no fault of your own. I swear to God, right? Majority of Malaysians wouldn't know it.
Yep.
Dude, I went and I was speaking, and my lecturer was from New York, okay? And bear in mind, so Andrew and I were from SK, SMK background, alright? I go to Taylor's, right? I go to fucking film class. So the guy is showing me all those noir films, all that shit, right? Then he starts talking about Karl Marx and all that. I'm like, okay, I get it, right?
Communism.
Right? Then he talk. Then suddenly he say, this, Schindler's List. So I was like, oh, what's Schindler's List about? He said, about the Holocaust, man. I'm like,
What's the Holocaust?
yeah, bro, because I'm a not shy person, I damn
okay.
thick skin.
Yeah.
In the class, I straight ask, what's the Holocaust? Bro,
Area
everybody just look at me like, are you fucking serious, John? You trying to be funny, is it? Then I like, no man, actually I have no clue whatsoever. In fact, I think it was that day, right, I learned what genocide meant as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because, right, let's just think about it lah. If you're a kid, would the conception of killing shitloads of people in like in a time frame would it even register in your mind? You wouldn't even think of that, ma. You'd be thinking like, oh, I just want to go play Maple Story lah. I wanna fucking
100%,
go
bro.
do all that shit, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think of, hey, let's kill like half the population like Thanos that thing. I mean, now people would think about it lah, but
Yeah.
at that time, no Thanos, right? So you wouldn't think about it. So that's why I feel like that whole global aspect, right, is something that is never taught. So to go back to that whole Malaysia focuses a lot on Malaysian history, which is no doubt important, right? I didn't realize the importance of the Malaysian history element until I went to the US and I learned about American history.
Yep.
And I never thought like American history was important because I'm like, bro, first of all, I'm not American, so fuck that. It's only when I had this incredible professor, she was black, and she taught me about American history. And that was when I was like, holy shit. It made me understand so much about slavery,
Yep.
you know? And I don't know what's that movement, the gold rush and shit like that, right? And I forgot what's that term called where the US expanded from the right to the left one, from east to the west. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
right?
I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. There's a term for it. I can't
Yeah.
recall the term also.
Yeah.
Can't recall as well.
Yeah, but it was all this. Then I realized, oh my god, I feel like if Malaysia's history, right, was told the same way that
Absolutely.
American history was told by this professor, right, I probably would have such a deep appreciation for where I'm from.
Yep.
And it's only when you're older, right, you're like, oh shit, this happened because of that. Right? And then I like think about it, I like, fuck. What the fuck did I learn in sejarah, bro? I learned Nabi Muhammad SAW. I learned, if you ask me, right, only Poigi remembers, and I can tell you for a fact, right, that a lot of people that learn sejarah now, right, it's all through hafal. It's just 100% memorization.
Of course, yeah.
It's legit vomiting out after SPM. They don't remember anything after SPM.
Yeah.
Legit.
And it's so fucking sad, because like if you think about it, right, you spend so much time in your youth. Could have learned so much. And if you had registered, right, wow, imagine you can apply now. My God. Right?
Yeah.
It's such a waste. It's such a waste, I feel. But do you think a lot of your students that come in have this very like linear, I mean not just your students lah, but like students of this generation, right? Even of our generation, right? Come in with this linear thinking until they have this expansion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Like, for example, right? Yeah, like main thing in my classes is I want people to use their brains. There's no point you just listen to me and then you're just like, oh, okay, you write down your notes and then
do you tell that, oh, you listening or not, bro? Or you understanding?
Oh no, I don't because I got no time. Like I have no time at all to like catch up on them because it's like 80 students, 90 students one class.
Huge.
Like, yeah, it's too much. So basically what I do is, for example, for all my classes, I gave them a picture of Li Zijia.
Okay.
The badminton player.
Yeah, badminton player. Like so I asked them, who is he? Okay, then they would say Li Zijia or whatever. Then say, okay, now think about it in the sejarah context. Li Zijia. Why? What does the British have to do with Li Zijia?
Bro, you dominance.
Not dominance, because the British were the ones who brought the
badminton.
Chinese in.
So
Yeah.
if they didn't bring the Chinese in,
If they didn't bring the Chinese
Zijia
in,
wouldn't
we
be here.
wouldn't be here.
That's right.
Li Zijia wouldn't be here. Li Chongwei wouldn't be here. So it's
technically Nicole David also, bro.
yeah.
Half of Nicole David only.
Basically a
Only
lot
David's
of,
here.
True.
So it's a very simple example, but that is what I want people to learn. Like I want people to suddenly, oh wow, I never thought about it. Those kind of things. And I tell people what I want them to do is every day history is
Being
in front
made.
of your eyes.
Oh.
Like legit.
Oh, that's true.
History
That's
is in
true.
front of
Yeah,
your
yeah.
eyes. Why? Like, for example, when you're driving the street, what's Jalan Marof? Who is Marof?
Bro, who is Marov?
Who is
Bro,
Marof?
even
Exactly.
I don't know also.
What is a bangsa?
Yeah. So we do not know who the hell is Marof. But when you Google Marof, suddenly you realize, oh wow, Marof is actually someone who did this for the country, this and that.
Right.
It's
Who
the same
is
thing.
Marof, by the way?
Actually, I don't know. but because I got no time to check every street. Okay, but in Tamantun is different. Tamantun is basically a place for nationalists. Burhanuddin Helmi, Lorong Zabah, all these type of people, they're all there.
True,
and
true,
these
true,
are
true.
all famous nationalists of the country.
I see.
And so I tell people like, hey, this is sejarah, When you go there, why do they have a street? What did they do? They fought for the country, they created Karya Creative, which is like comics lah.
Yeah.
Basically, Karya Creative back then 90% of students or the
Stories and
people
art.
do not know how to read. So the only way they could teach
Visual.
nationalism was through visuals. And so these were the people like Burhanuddin Helmi and Zabah. They were the ones creating all these comics for the Malays so that the Malays can upvote and uprise against the British.
Wow. Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
some mind-blowing shit.
So that is why I say history is everywhere.
Right.
But because we have this negative view of history that whatever lah, sejarah boring lah, whatsoever, that we don't actually see the importance of it, or like it's right in front of our faces.
I think the curiosity only arises when you're an adult.
Yep.
And then
Oh, yeah.
later on you're like, bro, holy shit, bro.
Do you feel this curiosity blooms later in your male students versus your female students?
wow, Drew, where are we going with this question? bro?
Honestly, because
Yeah.
my observation is that females mature a lot faster. So they may develop this curiosity a lot earlier. Versus guys like myself, I empathize completely with your story. I go to college, then only I actually realize, oh fuck, I gotta get my life together. Before that, it was all sunshine and daisies, right? I used to go CC, bro.
Maple
Who
Story.
doesn't go CC?
I didn't go.
Oh, really? You didn't
I
go CC?
I stay at home only, bro.
Yeah.
Because got computer already.
Oh, okay. my parents limit my computer time, so I was like, okay.
Rightly so,
Yeah.
lah. You already quit school 3 months ago.
Yeah, so yeah, basically that's what happened.
Wait, so your question was?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you feel like this self-realization happens earlier in females relative to males? Or is it? Are they
Interesting
all the same?
question. I never really thought about it, or I never really.
It's such a big class also.
Yeah, it's a very big
fair,
class.
fair.
But
And it's online, right? So you don't get to see it
yeah,
necessarily.
but most of the students that actually message me, like when it comes to curiosity or whatsoever, they're males.
Oh, interesting.
Most of the students that actually message me, they're like males. They will ask me like, "Oh, teacher, actually, why is this happening?" Or I checked Wikipedia, actually, this is wrong, whatsoever. Yeah, it's most of the time they're males, lah. But once again, yeah, this is just one side of the story, lah. Maybe it could be the females are really intuitive, or they really
already know already. Don't need ask this question, bro.
not just that, they just really want to know, but they're shy.
Yeah,
Because you know how
could be,
females
could
are more shy than males. So it could be
I
one
see.
of those reasons.
The male culture here in Malaysia as well is very bro.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, bro,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
why,
absolutely.
Yeah, and I think because of that bro thing, people are more willing to learn. Versus the girl who calls you bro, you're like, can I tell you also lah. But they wouldn't come up saying bro also ma.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the guy thing has this more leeway. Also because the guy. But then you have to check with your female tutors also ma.
I suspect if you're a female tutor, maybe you see it differently.
Could be. It could be.
I think girls actually have a larger advantage when it comes to being a teacher. They have this more like approachable thing.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. I told this story before on the podcast, but basically, right, there was this lost kid in an event. And then, like, I went up to the kid. I was like, oh, are you lost? Bro, kid run, bro.
Yeah.
He saw me. He's like, dude, this guy going to rape me.
I mean, good job for the kid, man.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry, right?
And I was wearing the tag saying event organizer. But then again, you can't be too safe. You can't be, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So later on, my colleague, who's a woman, she went up to him straight away, can hold his hand and all
Exactly,
that.
right.
Which only speaks of, like, how many people are kidnapped by women. But, you know. Okay, I want to ask a question about censorship. Do you think there is a lot of censorship in history? In sejarah, but like precisely. Today's video is brought to you by Bottoms Lab.
We all know to wear athletic attire when it comes to sports and workouts, but what about clothes for the daily grind? That's where Bottoms Lab comes in.
With innovative fabrics, ergonomic design, and timeless style, Bottoms Lab empowers you to reach your potential with less resistance, interference, and distractions.
Imagine advanced menswear essentials that are comfortable, functional, and ready for any occasion.
So comfortable. Visit bottomsapp.com and upgrade your wardrobe today.
You can use our code YAMCHA10 for 10% off your purchase, or click the link below and it'll take it directly there.
So enjoy the rest of the podcast, guys. Love you long time. Peace. Like, do you think they shape it in a way, right, that they censor it? Just like the movies nowadays, like in Eternals, which is fucking bullshit movie.
I'm not a Marvel fan, so I don't watch Marvel.
Holy
movies.
fucking shit, bro.
I'm DC for life.
Oh, God.
See for life.
Yeah, okay. Talk about censorship. Personally, I won't call it censorship, but just like they like to direct narratives lah. That's how they like to. Like for example, like KBSM is a new. It was what I learned or what we learned. KBSM.
What is KBSM? I'm sorry.
Something lah. It's basically the educational that term lah.
Oh, bro, is it the KBB, KBSM?
Yeah.
All that
Okay,
shit one,
when we were in
KKB.
Okay, when I was in primary school, it's KBBK.
When I was in it's KKB, so I say
Apa
kuku bird.
benda ni?
Yeah.
No,
But-
the question will have the small tag that says
Yeah.
KKBSM or some fuck like that
Oh
one.
no. Yours is K-But, yeah. K-But, remember?
I don't know.
Okay, K-But, all this is different because it's basically just higher thinking questions.
Oh.
But KBSM is basically when your textbook at the bottom, they will write there KBSM. It's like Convention, whatever nonsense. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what does KBSM.
So it's like certified approved by this certain body lah.
It's basically like, okay, every time the education ministry changes a syllabus, they would change these 4-letter words as well.
Why, huh?
It's like revamp, something like that.
New me.
Yeah.
iPhone 13 Pro.
Yeah, so like what you said, right? Back then, like, how your time was all English, and then suddenly when our time was all BM, yours was definitely before KBSM. KBSM was when they brought in more BM already.
I was BM, then become English. Though.
Okay. So yours was a different timeline, mine's a
Yeah.
different timeline, and now these students are in a different timeline called KSSM.
Wow,
It's
holy
called
shit.
KSSM. And yeah, So I personally feel that when they want to change the narrative, they can just change the whole context, the whole syllabus, and then the
Then they can
narrative
censor
changes.
it in their own way, or they can shape it to whatever benefits.
And
So fucked up.
the best thing about this, or the worst thing about this, is we don't know because we are no longer in secondary school. So we don't know that they actually changed everything already. And those people that are in secondary school, they do not know that what they're learning is actually something different than what we learned.
Right.
So
It
we
shapes it's propaganda, bro.
it's propaganda. Ordinance Pelajaran 1951 already said that education is the way to change a nation's mindset. And the way to change the nation's mindset is change it young. So, that is what we see lah. Okay, at least they're honest with us lah. They write that in the history books lah. Okay,
Up front, I'm here to be conning you.
Yeah.
But you just relax.
upfront they said that lah. So okay lah, But
Disclaimer
honestly,
made already. It's now legal.
But honestly, that's what they do. I mean, it's very common lah. Not just Malaysia lah. It's in everywhere lah. They would.
I feel there should be this like third party sovereign body, right?
It's Christopher Cheong, bro.
I think so. That just like, sense checks everyone. It'd be like, hey, bro, Singapore didn't leave,
Yeah, absolutely. But then again, right? When I first started this initiative, right? There was actually an offer for us from the Kementerian
No fucking
that
way.
they wanted to
Buy you guys
basically
out.
okay.
Buy you guys out,
Okay,
Jesus.
it was a very funny thing because we have students, and this other program that is sponsored by the government have students as well. They know that we are growing. The Kementerian pays this organization money. I won't say what organization, but they pay this organization money for the number of students that they have per class. So I received a call from someone who say that, hey, can you bring your students over to my initiative? Every student that
I give you a cut.
I give you a cut. And I was like, wow, this is not just money laundering, this is student laundering. This is freaking.
It's like shifting
it's mahjong, It's like and I was very angry at the time because, first of all, I do not want the Kementerian controlling my classes, because I'm anti-Kementerian, and then suddenly I get Kementerian controlling my classes. The amount of things that I cannot say, I cannot even teach Sejarah in English. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so that's first and foremost. And second thing, come on.
My God.
This is how you view your students.
They're
as
sheep, bro.
sheep,
commodities.
as something that you can trade, you can barter, you can sell whatsoever. Oh my God! So, to be fair, the Kementerian most probably doesn't know about it, but this organization does it.
I see.
But then again, it's very sickening lah when you hear all this happening.
Right.
And as much as a lot of people say, oh, you cannot be too mean against the teachers in school whatsoever, but for me, if you really have passion to teach the students, it will show that you have passion to teach the students. But the outcome of students from secondary school is garbage.
Yeah, bro, it's quite trash.
It's garbage.
Out of 10 classes, only the first class is the quality class. And I'm not even saying like creme de la creme. Even the quality class also, right?
Still can filter.
Yeah, bro. Because the moment they go to college, they're like, holy shit, this is a whole new
absolutely,
world.
absolutely.
Right. And that only speaks volumes about who goes through the filter.
And one thing I realized in Malaysia is our government is too laxed. Like all of the government industries are so laxed one, Go to custom, 3-hour breaks, passport also, or three counters there, but one counter open.
Yeah, that's so normal.
Rubbing each other's noses or whatever nonsense. And why? It's because I'm a big fan of competition. I feel like competition really pushes each other.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, and I feel that if we want our country to progress, right, we need to see private sectors coming into our government sectors and
to
actually
compete.
pushing it. That is what. Can you imagine? If our education system was a private entity,
Wow.
private entity, and the number of students failing increase every year. The number of students that graduate from our education system is lousy. If you're a private company, right,
You won't let that happen.
sure kena fire one, everyone confirm one, and you will not allow that to happen, ma. But because we are government sector, everyone needs one pensions and stuff.
Just chill.
Exactly.
Santai je. You're gonna santai. Those kind of things, like, why? There's no incentive to be better.
I think it's also because how much teachers are paid. I think it's not just teachers. I think it's the government as a whole. Like government sector, apart from the ministers and all that, obviously, they just like what is the incentive apart from your pension?
Yeah, but don't teach. I would say this: if your goal is just to earn an easy
buck.
paycheck, and okay, fine, it's not high. Don't teach.
Yeah.
You got no love of teaching. Don't teach. I teach for free. I still show 200-300% more than the students that you see. I mean, the teachers.
You don't even get a paycheck from the
I
government.
don't get a paycheck from the government. I don't get pension. I don't get whatever students have. So why? It's the passion. The tutors that I have in our initiative, none of us are getting paid, but we show so much more passion than what they have. So for me, really, education is
I mean, I hate to be like the devil's advocate, but I'm also very sure that not just you, obviously, and not just your tutors, but Andrew and myself and everybody here come from a place of privilege, you see. So we can afford to say, teach with passion. But it's very unfortunate how like a lot of the teachers out there cannot say that. Because passion only can come from you fulfilling your Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So if you can't even put food on the table, it's very hard to ask of passion, right? So I think also deep down, I think you gotta give them something decent. No need to be fucking like, what, bro, 5-figure, bro, Mercedes come and all that shit lah. But I think there needs to be some sort of incentive. Then I think
correct.
then only they can do it. So for example, right, if you gave maybe it's not monetary, maybe it's benefits, right? Maybe like your family gets XYZ, gets free hospital billing, whatever, free medical checkups, or I don't know, you confirm will get X number of meals. I don't know lah, right? I don't run the government, but I think there needs to be an incentive, because I saw this quote by Lee Kuan Yew about how peanuts and monkeys or some shit like that.
You pay peanuts, you get monkeys.
Yeah. That was the quote. And if you look at how our neighboring countries, let's just exclude Singapore, right? Like if you look at even Bangkok, Thailand, you look at Indonesia. I overheard the conversation you and Andrew were having when I was in the toilet earlier about how they're so far ahead. I'm pretty sure it's because of benefits. It's not just about the money, right?
I guess so lah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is definitely some truth to it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just quite sad because they don't even give anything.
Yeah.
Right. And I see a lot of teachers, because from my school, I know that when teachers drive to school, and I'm not saying they drive an atas car. It's not even a Honda and all that. It's local. It's Proton, Prodo and shit. Ayers get slashed, bro.
Yeah,
True
that's
lah.
sad.
That one is our school.
Yeah, okay.
Our school is a bit fucked up.
Okay,
Lah, bro.
that's sad. That's sad, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, as a teacher, then if you're,
It's quite hardcore, lah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if your goal was to never educate people, then you deserve it lah.
Right. Maybe you deserve it lah, honestly.
You deserve it lah.
Yeah.
But if your heart is really there and you really want to teach
That's
students,
true.
and your heart and your tire kena slash, I feel for the teacher.
Yeah.
I honestly feel for the teacher.
Yeah. I had a teacher that was like that. Her name was Puan Kao. She also was very passionate. It's just that nobody wants to listen.
It's very, very sad.
And they are human beings as well, right? So
Yeah.
if like every day, right, your confidence diminishes because of the quality of student that comes to class.
Yep.
And they just go like, "Tiu lei ah, teacher," that type of thing. Bro, after every day you hear that shit. Wow.
I think the fact that teachers in the government sector are paid low is a fact for sure, but I am willing to wager it is by design and not by accident.
What do you mean by design?
It is by design that they are paid what they are paid to keep them demotivated, to keep the people ignorant.
Holy shit.
It
That's why
is-
you got you, bro.
It is not by accident. Like honestly, right? I think it's very easy to say, and even I think so, like in many different contexts, oh, the government's an idiot, right? Or whatever the context may be.
But maybe
lah,
the
right?
government is fucking smart.
No, exactly. You should all. Dude, they're in the government. Okay?
Yeah,
They're not honestly not stupid people. They just do it. They do what they do based on personal interests.
And to keep people in place.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all it is. So they're not going to change. They know what they're doing is wrong, but they're just
It is what it is because it benefits them.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, this is a real woke moment right
Yeah,
here. People listening to this podcast right now, they're like, fuck, I'm a fucking sheep.
Yeah, we are. We're all sheep.
Honestly.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Which is why competition is so important.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Because that is your invisible hand. Right. It drives things on its own systemically.
Would you send your kid to private school?
No,
You wouldn't,
I wouldn't.
Guy didn't even think twice.
Fucking
I
hell,
didn't
man.
think
Your
twice.
confidence level is so fucking high, bro.
I've thought about it so much because one thing is socio-economic classes is very important.
Okay.
I do not want I even told myself I could be the richest guy in Malaysia, right? I'm sending my kids to secondary school and
Like
kebangsaan.
kebangsaan.
I'm sending them. Why? Because I want them to see
The difference.
how poorer or more uneducated people live their lives. I want you to see how privileged you are and make your own decisions. So, I mean, this is just thought of mine. I'm young, this euphemism. But basically, the way I want to bring my child is I want to give my child as much exposure as possible. But not in an irresponsible way, like, oh yeah, he's with druggies, let's go. No. Of course not lah. But go and meet as much people as possible. Make your own decisions in your life. Then I'm bringing up an intelligent child, not like a controlled child.
I think if you do see it, right, and you say free will also, right, sure, humbled one.
Yeah, sure.
Confirm humbled one. You are, because, okay, so a bit of context. I know we said we're from SKSMK, right? But Andrew was in private school for 1 year and I was in private school for 4 years, and there's a vast difference.
Absolutely.
Vast fucking difference. The conversations they have versus the conversations they have in SKSMK is so crazy, you know. And it's only when you come to SKSMK you realize, right, people can come to school with no money and no lunch.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is like, you didn't even conceive me, bro.
Yep.
Then it's when you like, bro, I just share with you half my meal. And they're like, no lah, it's okay, I'm not hungry. And then you have to deal with this social mechanic where it's like, bro, I also not that hungry, just take half lah. And then you become friends.
Yeah.
And then they tell you, actually, I don't have money. And then you like, holy crap, it's a bigger world out there, bro. Don't you think?
Yeah, I used to have friends who sleep in class. So I thought, oh, okay, like these people are lazy. But apparently they work.
At 4 a.m. to help their parents at the hawker store.
Because, okay, I come from Sri Ramada. Sri Ramada is near Sungai Way. Sungai Way is an old kampong. It's a Sing Chun. Sing Chun also got history one. Okay. Anyways.
Everywhere got history,
but
bro.
history
is all around us,
yeah.
bro.
So basically, right, because they have to work in the pasar, so they work wake up early morning and stuff like that. And by the time they come school, right, they're just dead tired. So they just sleep.
It's manual labor.
Yeah, and it's so sad because like their whole life, right, studying is never like an option for them because they're just tired every time it comes to class. And then I feel so sad for them. Like they're so poor, you know, and they just sleep in class. And I know that because they don't have an education, everything is just uphill.
Correct.
Absolutely uphill.
Yeah, man. They have to really fight tooth and claw.
So I really feel very, very bad for these type of people. But that's why I want my child to come into all these type of scenarios so that he or she can make this decision, which is what? Do I pity them and reflect back on my life, or do I despise them
And close one eye to this.
That is what I want my child to make that decision.
One hand,
Yeah.
keep the child. The other one, disown.
Yes. Come back to school. What do you learn today?
It's a very loaded question, but answer well.
Okay, what are your thoughts, right, on vernacular schools like Chinese, Tamil, and all that? What are your thoughts on them?
No. For me, if we want to progress as a country, we have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
We have to get rid of them.
Oh man, I need to show this clip right to my girlfriend. She's like very adamant, sent to Chinese school.
Because, of course, there are their own benefits. But we must understand, the Malays or the Bumi Putras, they're not just going to give us a kilometer without us giving them an inch first one, you know. We have
To meet them halfway.
We have to meet them halfway. It's as fair as that, you know. And vernacular schools, yes, there are their benefits. But if we were to progress as a country, right, Okay, if we were to progress our country, we cannot follow the same technique or the same style. Vernacular schools is Laporan Fenwu 1952. That's how old this thing was.
What is Laporan Fenwu?
Okay. Laporan Fenwu is after Ordinance Pelajaran 1951. So Ordinance Pelajaran 1951 was when the British have not given us independence yet.
Holy shit! So these schools were established based on pre-independence.
Okay, but the British, it's you can see how it intertwines. How Indian Civil War intertwines with our country. Basically, what happened was after World War II, the British were under very heavily were pressured by the United Nations to release all their colonies because basically they were the only country left apart from some other countries to hold so many colonies.
Yeah.
So they were under massive pressure. So they said, okay, fine. You know what's going to happen? India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, we're just going to leave the country alone.
Cool.
And what happened was, India, there's a lot of Indian Muslims and Indian Hindus. And because when the British just leave, right, they did not appoint any strategic measures or whatsoever, right?
So war, man.
They started killing each other. The Indian Muslims and the Indian Hindus killed each other.
In India lah.
In India. And when the British returned back to UK, they heard about everything that's happening in India. They had to come back all the way to India and they had to set up a government again.
Holy shit.
And then slowly have to teach them, okay, fine. If you guys hate each other, it is wrong for us to leave. Now we need to start grooming a leader. And we need to start changing the education so that everyone can live together. And because those things they couldn't see eye to eye, that is why India split. Pakistan is a country now. Because actually,
because it was part
Pakistan
of India
was part of India last time. But because the Indian Muslims cannot see eye to eye the Indian Hindus, they left. The British said, okay, since you cannot work together with the Indian Hindus were the majority at that time. Since you cannot work together, fine, you have to split your country. You get your own independence, India gets their own independence. Basically, that's what happened lah. So this was after World War II lah. When 1950 came, 1951 came, same thing. The British were getting a lot of pressure from UN. And so they knew that eventually they need to give Malaya independence as well. Then
they see the same thing.
They see the scenario in Malaya. Shit. The Indians hate the Chinese hate the Malays hate the Indians.
Yeah, vice versa.
This is even worse than China. This is even worse than India. India is just Indian Muslim, Indian Hindu. This is triple threat, fatal. Triple threat. It's the triple threat. And so they said, okay, we got to set standards. So that is how they created the CLC.
The vernacular schools.
It all started with CLC, which is the Communities Liaison Communication Liaison Committee, or the Hubungan Jabatan Kuasa Antara Kaum. It is basically a group, a committee set up to ensure that Chinese, Indian and Malays work together. To do what? To show the British that, hey, you see, Chinese, Indian, Muslim
Peace.
Friends. They wanted to show that so that the British say, okay, I give you independence. Basically, that's what CLC is meant for. They created it just to show that there is unity among the races so that they can get independence from the British. Because the British will never let them have independence until they show. This is one thing that the British did right. Okay, so, but one thing is, the three races got together and they realized that in order to cultivate this culture, they need to start from education. So that's how Ordinance Pelajaran 1951 came about, whereby they wanted to start incorporating Bahasa Melayu into everything
as the standard.
But this is good. This is correct. This is a correct way, because we see the effects until now, whereby all of us can still speak BM and we still understand each other. You imagine back then, 1951, 1950,
there's no standard at all.
Holy
shit! Imagine, Chinese people we're just talking to each other. A Malay could be passing by and he can think that we are talking bad about him. You get
That's
it or not? And then what is the medium of communication? Nothing.
Yeah,
the Chinese say, call kami the Malay say, ku cakap apa? None of them will understand each other. Correct or not? And that is why we could never assimilate as a culture. No matter what we do, we could never ever assimilate. So Ordinance Pelajaran 1951 is correct because it was meant to use to assimilate cultures together. But that's where Laporan Fenwu came in. Because Laporan Fenwu because they did it too rash. Immediately just eradicate all Tamil
No,
schools,
slow, gradual.
Chinese schools, everything just eradicate. So the Chinese people suddenly were forced to, especially the Chinese people at that time, were forced to undergo BM curriculum, and they cannot take it because imagine suddenly now I ask you learn French or Jawi or whatever, you sure die.
Some more is written differently.
Yes, correct. So they said cannot. So that's why Fenwu came, and that is how slowly vernacular schools came about, because they said we will stop teaching about China, because back then they were still teaching about China. So if we stop teaching about China, we'll teach about Malaysia, but you give us the right to continue teaching everything in Chinese. But we will focus on Tanam Melayu. That is what they said, and that is how they agreed. So that is why we see vernacular schools until now. But that's the problem. You see, a lot of Chinese people and Indian people, the non-Burmese are basically, we want equal rights in this country,
Right.
but we're not ready to take the steps to get equal rights. For example, are you all ready to call yourself Melayu?
I'm okay, I'm on.
I'm once.
Bro, do I need to do that?
No. Melayu.
Just call myself Melayu.
That means you're no longer Chinese, you're Melayu.
Bro, you can call me jackass, bro. I'm
Exactly.
okay. Yeah.
Exactly. But a lot of people are still not ready for that.
You're just not ready to be labeled differently, is it? I see.
It's the same thing in Indonesia. You look at Indonesia. They don't call
Exactly.
themselves Chinese, they call them
Yeah.
Indon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saya orang Indon juga. It's the same thing. But are we ready to be like that? Are we ready? And I feel that
A
in
lot of us
Malaysia,
aren't.
A lot of us aren't. Okay, so that is one thing that we got to break through. Vernacular schools, one thing is, of course, like it's a big problem because you grew up surrounded just by Chinese people, and Indians you grew up just surrounded by Indian people, and in the end you don't know each other one. And that is why a lot of Chinese people until now their BM sucks ass one.
Unless you go to SK, SMK.
Yeah. But those that
talk
go
like Malay.
exactly, those that go SJK you pagi saya ini, or you know you ini macam very terrible one.
Forced. It's very forced.
very terrible. So that is why we got to look into it lah.
I feel like oh, I don't want to say that. Never mind. Fuck it. Let's just continue.
No, I'm damn curious.
Yeah.
It's true. Especially when you see like a service required, and then you see a Chinese girl or Chinese guy trying to communicate with that Malay person.
Yeah,
Say,
it's-
you cakap what ini then you're like, wow, this guy confirm.
Stop, man.
Yeah.
Just speak Chinese lah. Don't change me.
No, bro. But if the guy helping you is like Malay or Indian and he's not Chinese, that's when you have to.
Sign language lah, dude.
But I think it's not been the most effective.
Yep.
However, to a certain extent, and I rarely defend the education system, so it works because I can't speak Chinese. I can't speak Mandarin. I can't speak Cantonese. I understand what people say more or less, right? Especially when they talk shit about me. Confirm I know one.
Yeah.
It's just that when I can't speak it, right, and then they speak to me in Mandarin or Cantonese, right, I'm like, auntie, sorry, my gong gong tak ye, right? Then she's like, huh? You don't know how to speak Chinese? Then after she'll start speaking to me in Malay, and this is like nationwide. So at least there's this commonality
Correct.
that helps me converse.
Absolutely. Bahasa Melayu is just meant to be a lingua franca, where everyone just has that common language that we can do. So, Bahasa Melayu is good. Learning Bahasa Melayu is good. Why is it mandatory? It's also good. Really, in order to pass, you must. In order to graduate, you must pass.
You must pass BM.
This is correct. This is correct, because if you don't, screw it lah. Why should I study this at all? So this is correct. But having it as elective subjects, physics, bio, chemistry.
I think that the real challenge is, especially after you finish and then you go to college, and whether it's TAR, right, or I don't know, any other local university, or Taylor's, KDU, INTI, all that, right? If you are lucky, right, everything's in English already.
Yep.
Then suddenly, right, your whole like comprehension of the language has to like go on full force, Because prior to this, you're basically reading like Enid Blyton or Goosebumps, and then after that, you have to utilize it fully 100%.
Mr. Midnight.
Yeah, Mr. Midnight. And then like, oh shit, I have to use my Enid Blyton English now.
Yeah,
Fuck. It's so difficult to suddenly just turn on your switch and then start utilizing it, especially in business. So I think like when I go out and I start working in big like companies, right, you can see the fresh grads, right, they also sometimes like a bit hang on,
It's very sad. very sad.
But don't you think it's also weird how like Malaysia is the only country, apart from Singapore, of course, in Southeast Asia that utilizes English in business, right? But the lingua franca is in BM.
Yep.
It's
Absolutely.
strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought that because in the US it's like, dude, granted, what, every Australia granted. What. But if you look at like countries like Japan and Korea, I don't know how they thrive in it. You know, what's the difference? How come they can use their mother tongue, right?
Right.
And somehow still deal business with the rest of the world? How come we cannot, man?
Because Japan and Korea can. what? Imagine.
Indonesia also can, right? Even Thailand can, you know. My friend from my friends from Thailand speak really good English,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, but their Thai also is like on point, lah, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Our BM can be on point, our English also, but obviously that's just the select few, not
Yep,
the
yep.
majority. I just don't know what's the difference. And you know, right? Arguably, right? Malay is the closest language to English.
Yeah, it's
also,
actually
bro.
super
Yeah,
close.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is. That's why it's so easy to learn. I feel it might be. I don't know. So like the question is why is Japan and Korea able to use this really foreign language and still thrive?
Okay, actually, Japan maybe
economically,
not
right?
lah. Japan quite cha lah when
Yeah,
it comes to dealing in English lah. It's quite bad. But Korea, they are on point.
Could it be a population size thing, where because they are inherently a larger economy, they can
Pay for English
they can
classes.
command markets better.
Maybe.
Could be also because they are mainly an exporter. So because they export, people need to come to them to like break deals or whatsoever. So the ball's in their court lah.
And I suspect their population size is like significantly larger than Malaysia.
Why are you Googling the population?
Oh
sir?
yeah, 100%.
What's Malaysia's population? 32
30
million.
33, maybe
Yeah,
33 right
32, 33.
now.
South Korea, right? 52.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Japan?
Bro, Japan, right, has more population than Malaysia in Tokyo itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Japan will be wilder.
Yeah. Japan
150, I
as well.
think.
125.
Yeah,
Right. So I do think it's a market size thing, you know.
Yep.
Like if you look at the likes of Indonesia, which is obviously massive population speaking.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Right. They command the market.
Yep.
So there is a lot of leverage there.
But don't you think it's a shame that we have so much resources yet we don't command any fucking market?
Yeah.
for sure.
It's very, very sad.
Right.
It's very sad. Like I learned about history. I learned in history about how Malaysia used to be the #1 exporter in the world for rubber and for tin.
Yeah.
And for what?
Tin.
Yeah.
#1 in the whole entire world. This small ass country from
Yeah.
Southeast Asia, and
Not even as big as California.
Yeah.
You know, it's
yeah,
like,
and look at where we are now.
Yeah, we fucked up, bro.
Yeah. You know,
We just fucked up.
I was because I used to do a lot of general knowledge questions. I was a national semi-finalist, you know, for general knowledge in our country.
shit.
holy
Yeah.
shit. What the fuck, bro? You could have gone on
General.
those shows and earned a shitload of money,
Exactly,
bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
you could have been the biggest. What's that?
The biggest loser.
No, the biggest loser.
The
Wait,
biggest winner.
No. It's the one where there's this lady who's like super snobbish one, and then she asks you general knowledge questions.
but in US is it?
No,
I think it's the
UK.
UK. I think it's the UK.
Oh,
Congrats. You are the something.
You are, yeah. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, she's short bob
hair.
cut.
yeah. Can't remember.
Oh,
yeah,
shit, but you would have done well there.
yeah. I mean,
What was your question? You were gonna ask us a general knowledge question, is it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I had a
okay.
feeling.
Hit me, bro. Hit
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Let's go.
So the state of Texas, right?
Okay.
In the United States,
Cool.
right? How many Malaysias can you fit in Texas?
Including Sabah and Sarawak.
Texas is massive.
Including Sabah and Sarawak.
No, just Semenanjung.
Oh, just okay, just
Semenanjung,
Semenanjung.
huh?
No, 25.
Close.
16.
I think
More
it's,
than
it's more
25.
than 25.
It's 42.
Yeah.
That's how small Semenanjung, Malaysia. Huh? No,
No,
not
not
including.
including,
Yeah. 42. We can fill 42 Semenanjung Tanam.
Semenanjung, Malaysia.
Into Texas. That's how small we are lah, as a country.
Also, how big Texas is, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
Texas
Because
is
I
fucking
remember
incredible.
I've calculated how big Malaysia is to California. And it was something about 20 something. I
Yeah.
was like, but then again, I was using my finger. So I was just like, yeah, more or less 20 something. lah. But now that you say 40 something, I'm like, wow, my
Yeah.
finger is fucked up, bro.
Texas biggest state in the whole. Okay lah, not include. It is the biggest state in the whole United States.
Yeah.
Not including.
Alaska. is
Yeah,
it?
not including Alaska.
Fuck, the biggest loser is the weight show.
Yeah,
lah.
it's the
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
show. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
it's not-
the
it's
loose
not.
weight show, lah. Not
Dude,
the
biggest loser was such a good show to
It was
watch.
a great show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yo, this is gonna bother me so much. What the fuck?
Right? She's the one who's like super snobbish one.
What competition did you enter for this general knowledge thing?
Okay, you know Interact Club.
Yeah,
oh my
bro.
fucking
So
god!
I was the vice president for Interact Club. Okay, actually, there's a very funny story behind this.
Ah.
Okay. So Okay, every time I tell this story, I get very angry because I think about it. I'm like, so basically, it was an international general knowledge competition, and I represented my school together with 2 girls. Okay. Anyways, so I was carrying the whole entire competition. Okay, until semi-final stage, we faced against 3 other schools. It's whole wide Malaysia as well lah. Okay, so then I couldn't carry it. Why? Because it was
A question.
question whereby I have to answer one, then the next one is my
Oh
attitude.
no.
I
It's a
tell
3-part
you,
thing.
I tell you. So I still remember that question because it's so easy.
I seriously doubt I can answer it.
No, it was
You'll
really
be
easy
surprised.
because they just showed the back of a Chinese Hollywood star.
Okay,
Showed
Michelle
the
Yeoh.
back
Okay, sorry.
male.
Oh,
So when I saw it, I was like, okay, it's confirmed Jet Li. It's confirmed Jet Li. Okay. But I cannot say anything. Then when they ask, show your answers.
Jackie
Your
Chan.
school, Jet Li. My school, Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan's from Hong Kong, bro.
SMK Sriwater eliminated. Oh my god! But the thing
Bro.
about it was, the prize pool was 3. I mean, I still received 3,000 ringgit. You know.
What the fuck? What's
Yeah.
the first prize, bro?
You as an
First prize
individual
was-
received it.
Okay, my group lah, but basically I carried my group, right?
Therefore, you
I deserve the fucking 3K, bro.
the prize pool was like the winner was like 15,000 or something like that. So I received 3,000, and including like a 42-inch LED TV or something like that.
Oh, goddamn.
And the best thing about it was, I tell you, this was so. Oh my god!
She took the TV.
You see,
Oh, no.
No, she cannot because she's fucking Jackie Chan, bro.
yeah. You see what happened was, my school teacher, my interact teacher said, "Okay, I keep it for you first." And then when during perhimpunan, you know how perhimpunan they will give
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
awards and shit. Okay, then we will we will show you the check and the TV. So then they call. Then Monday came and say, then they say blah 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 blah. Christopher Cheong telah memenangi atau tempat ketiga empat di dalam pertandingan
General knowledge.
pengajian am
Pengajian
Malaysia.
am, wow.
Pengajian am was okay. So I went up to collect. And they just gave me a cert.
Huh?
Where the hell's my check?
It's like, where's my check? Where's my TV? Then I asked my teacher, because you are too young. I was 16 only at the time. You're too young, and you are under the Interact Club, so it's under the Interact Club.
What the fuck, bro?
Come on, clap for you.
I didn't get I didn't even get the TV. I didn't get 3,000. I didn't get 100. I didn't get 1 cent. I got 0.
You got the cert though.
Yeah, I got the cert, which I lost. Yeah, but yeah, what a scam! Honestly, I was.
Yeah, wait, 3K as a 16-year-old is a ton of cash, man. Jeez.
Bro.
And honestly, I didn't expect to do so well lah. But it's in my family lah. Cause my dad is a lecturer in tailors.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Where the fuck you didn't go Taylor's, bro?
I wanted to lah, but then like I did same thing, social economic class. Cause I'm not from a rich family, but most of the people in tailors are like rich lah. Sad to say lah. I mean, so that
you're not wrong.
I didn't want to be pressured to be like rich also lah. I didn't want to go to an environment where I cannot be myself.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose not to go tailors.
Such a good move.
I went to KDU.
If I could redo things, I would have skipped Taylor's too.
Yeah.
Is it?
100%. Without a fucking shadow of doubt.
No, I think life kind of throws you at a different
Yeah.
road anyway.
Could be.
Should have, could have, would have is always something that is always in your mind that could have played better, but you don't know what the consequences that come with that
Yep.
decision.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know, when you turn back time like Doctor Strange or some shit like that, and then some shit
Fair
fucking
enough lah,
happens one.
yeah.
Confirm one. And it's probably a very, very different positive / negative outcome.
I would have went Inti ADP, bro.
Why, huh?
Fuck Taylor's. lah.
What kind of fucking
No, it's precisely his reasoning though.
social economic?
Yeah,
it's
no,
like-
it felt very pressuring. Not,
Yeah.
I mean, from a financial perspective, is one angle, but I think there are many other angles where it's just a lot of general peer pressure. So unnecessary, dude. I couldn't be myself.
Yeah.
I just couldn't be myself.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think that was myself. I hope. Like I've.
You know why?
always-
Because you Kobe, you be balling.
No, man. I was just okay. So I have this thing with myself where I choose not to have a different face to different people. Like you're having this conversation with me. If you are my colleague, same conversation. If you are my dad, probably the same conversation. Man. Like I just choose not to be different simply because I feel it's so difficult to juggle different personalities. So
I
I'd
can never
rather
be like that.
I also can't.
I can never. Be
I wish I can be like that,
Yeah.
but I can't.
I don't want. I don't want to be like that.
Oh, really? You don't
I
want?
don't want.
Oh, why? You feel like you're scared?
No,
People hate you.
I feel like it's not. Like I cannot show the same face to everyone because everyone is different. So I change my mood. I change the way I am based on who I'm with.
In fairness, he teaches 90 kids. He can't be saying fuck all, lah, right?
No, I mean
he
you
has
you,
to be.
you
He has to
limit
have
what
a-
you
Yeah,
you limit what you say to a certain extent. I don't go like, hey, y'all don't go home and start raping children, You know, I don't.
Who do you say that to?
I don't
must
say
be
shit
saying
like
that to someone.
You know, I don't go like like show my nipple
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Only when I taking photos with y'all and all that, I can dick around,
Yeah.
right? It's just the level of, but basically personality is always the same. I just don't like it. And
Absolutely.
It's kind of difficult because some people really hate it or really love it. You know.
For me, it's not really personality. For me, it's my morals. My morals stay the same. My
Yeah, that
ideologies
one
that I
as
follow,
well.
I stay the same. But my personality will change, right?
Oh, yeah?
Because I think it's mainly because when I was primary school, secondary school, I received a lot of comments lah.
Huh.
Yeah,
Regarding your personality.
Like they say that you hurt me, this and that. Because I was very straightforward back then. I say, and I was like those kind of class jokers whereby
Same.
I would put down people just for a laugh, those kind of things.
Oh, that one I wouldn't do. Lah.
But that was me.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
yeah,
me
yeah.
too, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
You also put down
yeah.
people in public.
Yeah, Cheong and I both.
Really.
Oh, you're fucked up human beings,
Yeah,
right?
I would legit put down people just for a laugh, those kind of things.
I was the joker of the class, but I would never put down people simply because I know what it's like to be put down. I
see.
I hate that feeling, So I've always been very like empathetic. I just don't want to hurt that person's feelings. Also because like in my life, I know that I've seen people who like taken their lives, who have done shit just because they feel that way. So I just don't want people to go through that. It's quite bad, man. There was this chick, right? I won't say her name, but she used to call me like, okay, so I used to like this girl in Form 1. Then this other girl who was a friend was like, why you like John? He's so fat, ugly, and stupid. So word got around, right? And in Form 1, exactly like what you said, Stand 5, Stand 6, all your friends just leave you.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm alone in this class. I got 1 A only in UPSR. So I was like, wow, what the fuck, man? Quite sad. So this girl calls me fat, ugly, and stupid, right? Bro, I work out cow every day. Started reading textbooks and shit. I'm like, no, I'm going to get fucking A in this class. God fucking damn it. So I study. I got number 1 in class, Bro,
That's the way,
I pawn, In the end, right? I
pawn.
I pawn, bro. I was like, fuck yo. I don't even ponteng one, I just I basically followed the rules and I win the game, right? Then in the end, right, I dated that girl's friend someone.
Wow.
Just to like
As a
shit on
big
her.
dick move.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to shit on her.
Yeah.
I fucking damn pissed, that time. So right, for me, right, I know what it's like to be going through all that. And then just because people say something, right, then it really just
Especially as a teenager, your
it's so unstable, bro.
your entire perspective is altered
Yep.
over one statement.
Yep, absolutely.
It's just not. It's just why? What do you get? So maybe as a kid, that's just me, lah. Yeah, man. Actually, wait, I got more questions. We
Can.
actually divert fucking a lot. Bro.
Yeah, we
But I love this fucking conversation.
Yeah, I love it as well.
Okay, actually, in the meantime, right, you told me that you also watch anime, right? So you watch Naruto.
Yeah, I think actually Naruto is the only anime that I watch.
That's fucking tragic,
Ah,
bro.
man.
That's fucking tragic,
I'm
bro.
sorry lah.
Did you watch it all the way?
I watched it all the way.
Okay lah, my man.
I watched it all the way.
Do you watch Boruto?
No,
Why?
I don't know. I
Don't
don't need to change that pure Naruto thought that I have. In I rather
understand.
it end at Naruto because I do not know how Boruto is like.
Right.
So maybe I wait until Boruto finish already.
Oh,
Then
okay.
only I
Consider.
consider whether I want to soil my memory of Naruto.
Soil.
Yeah.
my-
Yeah. The
Yeah.
first few chapters / episodes will soil your memory, but it gets better
Okay,
and becomes
He
its own story.
convinced me, bro. And I'm an avid Naruto fan, bro.
I love Naruto.
Yeah, man.
I
Same.
love
Power of
Naruto.
friendship, bro.
Legit.
Hashtag for life.
I love Naruto.
Yeah,
I
bro.
think one of the most. The soundtracks are beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Storyline. Okay, storyline it got too long.
Actually, the ninja arc only, the ninja war arc only.
True.
Yeah.
The ninja.
The
the
Great
ninja
War was way too long lah, bro.
Oh my god.
Too draggy.
We waited so long for the war, and the war lasted so short.
Really? You think the war was short?
I mean, like, the whole ninja war they fought is very short lah. And then only suddenly they all joined together to fight.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
I wanted to see legit everyone just started killing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then to see the techniques and all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So I need to go back to the thing, right?
Yep.
So in FMT, right, Film Malaysia Today, right, you were saying how in the beginning you were turned away many times because there's this general belief that you need an education major to teach,
Yep.
right? How did you like go past that? Because if that stigma exists, right, how do you then change the narrative that you are a person that can still educate without that credential? How did you get past it?
No, I knew I could teach.
You knew you could
I
teach.
knew I could teach because
Because the standards of teaching are so fucking low.
not just that, it's like secondary school I was teaching my classmates or my friends. And in college I was teaching my friends as well. And so I always knew that, hey,
There's this ability
yeah,
within you.
there's this ability lah. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let some credentials stop me or tell me what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do it. And if it works out, it works out. I'm a realist one. If it fails, then I know that it's because I failed. I'm not good enough. But if it works, then it works lah. That's basically how I run things lah.
How did you brand it in that sense that you didn't really need a credential though? Because I think that's probably a stumbling, not a stumbling block, like a what's that fucking word I'm looking for? Like Ninja Warrior, what the fuck is
Obstacle.
that? Obstacle, yeah. It is a major
Warrior.
obstacle, right? That stigma. So
Yeah.
how do you get past that? And how do you brand your initiative to make people believe in the fact that your system works, if not better than the regular system? So how do you brand that?
So basically,
Apart from it being free, lah, obviously, you know, like.
also basically, I'm not hired by anyone, so no one's going to judge me. I judge myself. I let the students judge by myself.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You are the product of the yeah.
Exactly. And if I suck, right, my students don't stay on. It's as simple as that.
Oh, they will just leave or don't attend
It's
the
free,
second
ma.
next one. Yeah.
They got no contract binding them whatsoever. They have not paid their fees whatsoever.
Right.
They can just leave if I suck one. But because they stay, and not just stay, they call their friends to come, then I know that, there's something already, definitely I don't suck.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't suck. I mean, that's the truth lah.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's true,
just
that's
the truth. So that's what I told myself lah. Go with it lah.
What about like other subjects, right, where you have assistance from other tutors, right, that maybe don't do so well? Then how do you approach that?
So sometimes I try to be as neutral as possible. But I would always give advice on how.
Oh, you would coach the person
I
that's
won't say
tutoring.
coach because first of all, I kind of feel bad because I don't really
credentials
have
also.
credential. Yeah. It's the whole credential thing, and also most of the tutors are older than me.
Oh
So
shit!
it feels kind of like a younger guy telling older guys kind of thing. But I'll try to be very affirmative in the way I give my criticism. Like when there's good things about a tutor, I would really say that, hey, that's very good whatsoever. But I will be very honest as well. If there are some things that I feel like that has to be changed, need to be addressed, I would tell my tutors that as well. But like I said, some tutors can take it directly, some tutors cannot. So this is one of the main reasons or one of the main challenges that I face, which is identifying which tutors I can be straightforward, which tutors I cannot be straightforward with. So that's how.
Oh, it's a learning to deal with the people type of.
Yes.
I see.
The main challenge about this initiative is not. Sorry. It's not about conducting classes or like the students. The main challenge of this initiative is working with the team, especially because I have never. Okay, I'm used to running a team, but it's in a kitchen team. Like, okay, get me a sauce. Okay, table 30. Let's do it now. Fire it up. Okay. But suddenly when it comes to, education, and because it's voluntary,
It's very hard
it's
to.
very hard. It's very, very hard. So
Yeah.
I've got to take things.
You have to see and play by ear, that type of thing.
Yeah. So that's one thing.
Is this a business model in any sense, or is this 100% free?
It's 100% free, and I don't plan to make it a business model lah.
Oh, okay.
But like I said lah, in the end I have to support myself lah. I cannot be living off bread from heaven or whatsoever.
Yeah.
I cannot. So we are looking into ways to support ourselves, but not from the students, but from other places lah. But it's very hard. For example, if I want to register as an NGO, then the government has some say into it already.
Oh,
And the moment I'm an
I see.
NGO, the MOE has some say in it.
Yeah.
Then there's a lot of red tape that I need to go around.
And which eats into your time as well.
Exactly. So, and then we create a company, then there's a lot of different things that we need to look into.
Processes and all that as well.
So right now, I feel like as much as it is necessary that we go through all these steps, my main goal is to first get my first batch of students over the SPM line first, which is in March. That's my main goal. My team, my students, I want all of them to give this a final push towards SPM. Once they're done, then I reevaluate the whole thing. Do I treat it like a business process or do I get sponsorships? Then where do I go to? I do not want to I just try this lah, then you feel. Nah, I don't want that. I want it to be proper, a decision that we make as a team, so that, it is a work as a team lah. I do not want to be seen as the only person.
There's just solo lah.
Yeah, I do not want that lah. It's also because my team works very hard as well. They work their ass off.
Yeah.
So they need to be part of the team as well lah, to get their recognition.
Question, right? Does your team in general have full-time jobs, or is this their full-time job?
Everyone has full-time jobs.
Even you?
No.
Oh, you don't have a full-time job right
My
now?
full-time job is in the initiative.
Shit, man.
Okay, got it. Is your team expecting to be paid out of this?
I think eventually yes lah.
I see.
Yep.
How much do you think your business / team / initiative needs to survive on a monthly basis?
3,000 a month
Per.
just for the whole thing.
3,000?
Just to keep everything afloat and to give each and everyone a portion of money for what they've done. I think 3,000 a month is good for me.
Okay. I mean, that's based on your sense on how much money your team is looking for, lah, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically,
yeah,
that's
that's
it,
fine.
Because this is not business model. It's business model 3,000. I'm gonna die. That's it.
That's why.
There's no way. This is not business model. This is just how much would be an amount that I'm happy with. For example, because I'm running from nothing, zero, negative, actually. So with 3,000 a month, definitely we can pay all of our tutors, our social media team, our marketing managers and stuff.
But everything right now is pro bono lah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
absolutely.
obviously because of it's the White Flag Initiative. It's meant to help, right? So you go in here with also that mentality, knowing you are doing it for a cause,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So if you get money also, it's a really, really already a big bonus.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think the intention when they join already is knowing that they are doing this for everybody else, not for yourself already, right? But I need to ask the question then, by doing this, right, what is your if this is your full time, how do you earn money then? You guys say crypto, fucker.
Yeah, crypto.
You 100% crypto, or stock or whatever.
Crypto. Okay, I do some jobs here and there, some side jobs. Like I do private tutoring
Oh,
here and there. You can give me around 800 a month.
oh damn.
Yeah, and it's like that basically. I'm just eating into my savings now because I want to take time to make a decision. But once I know I make that decision, I'll go straight for it. That's me as a person. I want to consolidate every single step
Before you make
before
a
I make a
decision.
jump. But when I jump, I really jump hard. I don't jump with parachute. I jump straight forward.
God damn, that's without parachute really.
Without
God damn,
parachute, my hair also mohawk, so aerodynamic. So that's me as a person. I want to make sure that I do the right thing. And if it's eating up my savings, then it's okay. There's a reason why it's called savings, but if I don't use them now, then we're going to use it.
Yeah, exactly. Actually,
Yeah.
when you die, there's no point, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one of the reasons why. Actually, I was very frugal with my money back then.
Oh.
Extremely frugal. And I would save a lot of money and I would invest it. And I got so much money and stuff. Like compared to the people in my age group, I'm considered quite experience in like terms of trading or just investments. Because my friends actually come to me, hey, teach me lah whatsoever.
Bro, you're 23, bro. When I was 23, right, I didn't even that thought didn't even cross my mind, bro.
Same.
It didn't even
100%.
cross my mind, bro. I was in this state of, fuck, can I get a girlfriend or not? That was my mentality, because if I have a girlfriend, statistically now, if I spend like 3-4 years, then I get married. That is like the roadmap, right?
Correct.
You even conceive of investing
Yeah.
and trading and whatever, It's only after I met MJ, right? Then I like, I wasted a lot of time. God damn.
I actually started investing at 17. Yeah. I started investing at 17, but then lost a lot of money lah.
I mean, I think that's the nature,
Yeah,
right? You win some,
it's
you
the
lose some
nature.
also.
Still,
Yeah.
losing a lot at 17 is going to be a lot less than losing a lot at 60, right?
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
learn while you're young.
Yeah, so that's why I don't mind lah. I don't regret doing everything.
Hey, you sure Permata is a bad school? Why you do everything so young, man?
Isn't MJ from Permata?
MJ is Permata as well.
It's a debate school, right?
Yeah, it's a debate
Yeah.
No
school.
wonder you're all like so fucking elite, one.
That's why.
That's why
Yeah.
you're going to go move to PJ. Is it?
No.
Send your kid
That's
to
why I'm
Permata.
dating Lewan, bro.
Hey, I date Jen also. What the fuck? Both our girlfriends are from PJ, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend is from Permata as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What, 95? 97?
96. Her year is 96.
96. Okay.
3 years your senior, I think.
Yeah, my sister should know her lah. My sister is 95.
Ah,
Oh shit.
So, yeah.
Jen from DJ, bro. That one gangster school.
gangster school. 100% DJ gangster school.
DJ is the school whereby everyone sleeps with each other or everyone dates each other.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah.
That's famous DJ. 1 week, new boyfriend. I thought that's your ex or whatsoever. It's always like that one.
It's also the school where I think somebody burned a building down or some shit, right?
Yes, they burned the building down. Actually, it wasn't intentional lah, as far as I heard. Because DJ Boy Scouts are very gang one. Their Boy Scouts are pengakap is one of the one of the
Top
top,
of the top,
of our country, and
Why?
I don't know.
They know how to tie string really well, or like they know how
No,
to
they will build like super big like huts or whatsoever just to show like
Big
how
huts.
good their tying skill. Yeah, like maybe like when school's up, July or whatsoever, August, right? You drive by DJ, you suddenly just see
See a big
huge huts or whatsoever, right? It's all from the pengakap one, yeah. So basically what happened was, I don't know, I think they wanted to start a fire or something like that, those are big Boy Scouts fire.
or the bonfire.
Yeah, bonfires or whatsoever.
burn the whole building
Yeah,
down.
and burn the whole building.
How do you burn a concrete building down? That takes effort.
Yeah, that takes,
No, you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised. Things catch fire, and then when it's out of control, what can you do?
Legit.
No amount of water,
True, ah.
unless you submerge it, which is
Yeah.
like, bro, you bring the ocean here, Aquaman gonna fly here? Cannot, right? What the
Aquaman
fuck?
gonna fly here.
So it just keeps burning, and that's when you like just watch it burn, lor.
Yep.
Until it burns to the ground. You wait for days for it to burn sometimes.
Yep.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's like those is the reason why we have haze every year, lah. So you just watch the field
Yeah,
burn,
yeah,
lah.
yeah.
burn. few days.
Indonesians clearing their crops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that, no. Forgot what's the fucking question I was supposed to ask. I don't know how the fuck we link to DJ, bro.
Yeah, I feel like it happens all the time, We just like we're so happy talking about whatever you want that
Yeah.
But that's the nature of this podcast
Yeah,
initially. It's just that the questions offer a form of structure.
Correct.
Yeah. When you seek out for these volunteers, or rather when these volunteers come to you, how do you screen them, or do you test them for their knowledge on the subject first, or what's the process like? Or they
Yeah.
just go like, "Hey bro, I teach geography." And you're like, "Actually,
KK.
geography is not even from 4 from 5. I don't know, chemistry lah, right?" Then you're like, "What's this? What is osmosis? Is there like what do you do with them?"
So I hunt for people on LinkedIn. Yeah, legit.
Shit,
I would just
that's
post like
interesting.
volunteer tutor needed on LinkedIn, like volunteer chemistry tutor needed on LinkedIn. So then quite a lot of people would
Oh, they apply lah.
like 30 people per post. It's not bad.
That's solid, dude.
It's solid.
It's more than my recruiter can get from me.
It's really solid. It's like 30. So then then I would screen through all of it, and I probably make a short list out of like 10 people.
Okay.
And once I get 10 people, I would message them individually lah. Like, when are you free for a call, whatsoever. So the first call is very chill, because I just want to know who they are as a person. So I just talk to them, tell them more about ourselves. Then I want to understand more about themselves. I wouldn't ask about whether they're like very pro, very gang or whatsoever. I just want to know whether they got the passion. That's one thing. First things foremost. Yeah, because honestly, I had some tutors at the start, not at the start lah, whereby I interviewed them, whoa, very gang whatsoever, and in the end, no passion to teach, and so they just leave or whatsoever. So that's what I want. I want the passion. So once they show me that there's a passion, then only we will schedule the second interview, which is a trial class. So I'll sit in the trial class. Yeah, I'll sit in the trial class and I'll see whether they have the credentials or not, like whether they can teach or not. Because if you don't have to give for teaching, right, what's the point?
You gotta do your homework as a teacher as well. That's what a lot of people don't know, right? You gotta do homework prior to the class.
Yep. So if this person doesn't show that this person can even handle a 5-minute, 10-minute trial class, then
also a 5-10 minute class, like a trial class.
Yeah, just a trial class. Also because I want to see the technicals, like is their background very noisy, got dogs barking, all those kind of things. Yeah. So that's what I want to do. That's what I normally do. And if they pass everything, then only we'll start to introduce them to our tutors. To our students, and then we'll have a class. Basically, that's what happened.
I see.
But the moment they enter my initiative, I would train them as well. Like I would attend their classes and listen to their classes just to make sure that it is good. And because the main importance is a lot of these tutors, they either have not taught before or they have not taught for a very long time.
I see.
My main goal is to just give them that needed boost, that encouragement. Tell them what can they focus on, this and that. And actually, they grew so well. Really. There's so many tutors that at the start, right, so shy. Guys, can you help me? Very shy. But just a bit of encouragement, you push them. They grow so well. Really.
This motherfucker would be a great headmaster.
No, they really grow so well. Legit.
You should start your own school.
I want to start my own school.
Is that the final goal?
No, I cannot start my own school. I don't know you can. I don't know. I don't know what's the regulations like to start my own school.
I don't know, man. I feel like you would be a phenomenal headmaster, but a headmaster that teaches as well.
Yeah, headmaster that teaches as well.
Yeah.
I think you would show such a good example.
In fact, because the initiative is so huge, right? It's actually like a school already. Actually,
it's an online school of sorts.
Basically, an online school. So that was why I was talking to some teachers, from kebangsaan schools and private schools, and they were saying, what you're doing, if you do it exceptionally well, you can actually just remove physical schools. Because you have your classes, everything online, you can just basically remove physical schools.
If the results show for it, right?
Legit, you can just remove physical schools.
Right? You could be that, man.
Absolutely, that's why but I still feel like physical schools play a very big part in.
Of course.
Your social interactions and whatnot.
Yeah, I think you forge friendships and all that. I think it's a necessary thing for sure. But I just feel that I think what you have, right, this passion and this example, right, especially at your age, is incredible, man.
Bro, you're a fucking talent, bro.
Nah, man.
Should send my kids to Permata.
Yeah, I should send my kids to Permata. So what the fuck am I doing? Chinese school.
I was actually wondering, right, why did I like Permata so much? Because actually I really like from 4, from 5, I love Permata. Why, right? Because Permata, right, it's not like Taman-Si. Taman-Si is extremely Chinese populated.
Permata is a lot of Melayus.
No, it's even split.
Okay it's like 60 Melayu, then 20 Chinese, 20 Indian. But one thing is,
it's the ratio
in Sri Lanka, you see a perfect ratio of uneducated and educated, rich and poor. Those kind of things. And somehow, right, we just blend together very well. But like our classes are always so, especially the smart classes, they are always equal. 33% Chinese, 33% Indian, 33% Malay. That somehow we really build very good bonds amongst each other. And because I see people from different socioeconomic classes, right, I learn so much about them, about their cultures, that somehow it just makes me cherish my life a lot. And so that's why Sri Permata was actually a very big influence in my life. Like who am I now? Because of Sri Permata. And so that's why for me, I still hold a very high regard for SMK schools. That's why I want to send my kids to that.
I can't say the same for our one.
Just stick to PJ, you'll be fine, I think.
Don't slash my tires. Yo, but talking about tires, right? I used to cycle to school every day. So, yeah.
Same.
I wake up 6 a.m. every morning just to cycle from my...
Bro, my house is like 5-minute ride, bro.
Oh, okay. 5 minutes.
I wake up at 7, bro.
Mine's 25.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
25.
25.
Bro,
Cycle across LDP some more. I know okay. I tell you why I started cycling. Was because I wanted to save money on transport.
oh, that's how frugal you were.
That's how frugal I was. I wanted to save money on transport. It was only 80 ringgit a month. I will cycle to school. I said, 80 ringgit a month? Wow. 10 months, that's 800. That's a lot of money. So I was like, no, I'm not sitting the bus. I'm cycling. So you cycle. And there was always these retards who keep on deflating my bicycle tires.
Bro, I think that's everybody who cycles, bro.
It's so annoying because my house is 25 minutes away.
That's a long ride, bro.
Yeah, it's wow.
And the hills and shit.
Hills and shit, God.
And some more the road not exactly the best lah.
Yes.
Yeah. LDP, bro.
Yeah.
You cycle on LDP.
You know what I should do next time? I should actually just take a GoPro.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I just cycle from my house to school just to let everyone know, I can be actually like those grandpas, Oh, back then I walked walk 4 hours.
He's younger than us, wait.
Yeah. Actually, Taman Mayang to Permata is freaking far, bro.
Yeah.
Even driving, it's like a considerable distance.
Exactly. Yeah. So I used to cycle but I got thick ass lah. After because
That's
I cycled right back then.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, because you always cycle back then.
The seat was leather, but at the end of your tenure, your ass was leather, bro.
Yeah. yeah. My butt was always rock hard, back then.
Yeah.
And in secondary school, guys like to slap each other's ass like damn hard, just run and start.
And the guy's hand pain.
Yeah, that guy's hand pain. Yeah, but that was it. That's the good times.
Bro, 25 minutes.
Yeah, 25 minutes.
It's damn far, Even driving is damn far.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
But I loved it. I enjoyed every single second of it during the morning. Not during the night. I mean, not during the afternoon.
Afternoon is fucking
hot as hell. So what I did was I always stayed back in school. So I would enter any single event, like athletics, football, whatsoever. I would play
just to kill time.
just so that when it's 5 something, it's not so bright anymore. I cycle back.
Oh.
But if rain, stay longer.
Cycle only,
Bro, that was our problem because every time it rained, we're like, oh shit, I have to wait until the rain subside a bit.
Oh.
Because textbook all wet and GG.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, my bag, right, it's quite special. Got a parachute on it,
Oh, you
can wrap
Oh, you
my
wrap your
so
bag.
I wrap
I
my bag.
see.
Yeah, but I tell you, right, it's so funny because I'm cycling the LDP, right, and then the wind blows up. You're actually reversing.
Yeah.
And I wear specs, right? When you're
can't even see.
you
Droplets.
can't see shit, man. Legit, you can't see shit. Yeah, so.
Bro, that was literally all our problems as a
Yeah.
high school student.
But it's so fun.
But 25 minutes is...
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun. It's so fun.
No wonder you fit as fuck like that.
Yeah, but fat already, legit. Stop already, everything. Yeah.
Nice.
No, okay.
He hasn't reached 30 yet, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? That's insane, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
25
fun.
minutes. Both ways are 25.
Yeah, 25.
It's a whole hour riding bicycle.
But it's fun. It's one thing.
You're a savage motherfucker. Do you listen to Joe Rogan podcast?
Yeah, I do.
You're the David Goggins of our generation, bro.
Nowhere near lah.
That's a statement and a half. Man.
What the fuck? Okay, why do you use Discord for your classes?
Okay. A lot of young people know Discord.
True.
And I want to bring myself away from the stigma of Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet. Because when people hear Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, they automatically think about, it's class again, whatsoever.
Oh, I see. It's a stigma.
I want to remove remove them away from this stigma. I want to bring them
Bro,
to
straight go
Discord.
Twitch, bro.
Nah.
Okay.
we actually thought about that because
You stop Twitch, yeah?
because Twitch, then you can get donations, so then like
Yeah.
my tutors can help. But then like also because Twitch got too much distractions, like suddenly someone's so then I don't want that lah. And also I think it's not that nice to be in Twitch.
Right.
So I just do it in Discord. Okay, that's one thing, just to remove ourselves from the stigma of a classroom, because I want it to be a tuition, but it's like a interactive, more like a fun.
It's more fun.
Yeah. And Discord tracks everything. Like if I want to send any memes to my students for them to see, if I want to send them any information files, it's all there. Any discussions that we had is all there. It's not like Zoom. Zoom, right?
Once
after
it's gone.
After that classroom is gone, right?
You can download the video, but it's really heavy.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't
really
track
heavy.
back.
But
mah.
Discord, you don't have to download. It's just there.
Oh, it's all in the folder section.
It's all in the folder section.
Actually,
yeah.
Discord, right, from a feature set perspective, it's insanely packed.
Insanely packed.
It's like a Skype, WhatsApp, Google Meet,
Everything.
Zoom,
Yeah, it's
gaming, Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify.
yeah. You could because you could stream. You can get bots to stream music, or you can stream your
Yeah.
music yourself. So
Dude,
it's very fun.
The product team in Discord is godlike, bro.
Yeah.
How come we're not on Discord? What the fuck?
I'm on Discord.
No, how come YCS is not on Discord? That's the real question, right?
I guess so. I guess
You get do you get donations as well on
No,
Discord?
no.
You can't lah.
There's no like donations
Feature.
for
Discord lah.
Discord. Yeah, but yeah, Discord's been great, and recently we have just been accepted as a partner as Discord. So we actually partner together with Discord, and
Wow, you're a Discord partner now.
yeah, and it's like damn rare, like out of the whole entire Malaysia, there's I don't even think there's 10 partners.
That's insane, bro.
And so yeah, we're very privileged to be helped with Discord, because I used to pay Nitro per month.
Nitro.
Discord Nitro is like that premium.
It's an energy thing. It's like an energy thing.
It's a premium feature, so that my classes are much more smoother and the quality is much better. And I used to pay it like 44 ringgit a month, like that. Then once we get partnership, right, I no longer have to pay. Discord pays for me. Yeah.
Ooh,
So that's,
my man.
so that's why I'm very happy for Discord lah. Like for what Discord has done for me, and the whole entire initiative. It really helped us a lot lah. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. Respect me.
I
That's
never expected. Like,
Bro, I think in life, right, like when you do something that you feel your gut feels is right, suddenly, right, shit just lines up.
yeah,
Man.
everything
Yeah.
just lines.
That's
honestly.
true.
Yep.
That's true.
You know,
You gotta
sometimes-
truly feel it in your gut, though.
No, I think sometimes. Oh, maybe it's just me, lah. Right? I mean, it's just optimistic me that things Malaysia is going to be better this year. But clearly, I don't know whether that's true. But I sometimes feel like when you just do it and you're not afraid of failure, you somehow find ways to go around it. And then when you go around it, you meet people that are like-minded, and somehow, right? Even if let's say, for example, right, I don't have access to equipment like this light or this studio, then you meet Cheong, right? Because Cheong like stumbled upon a podcast and then he just joins, and then we all become partners, and then it just links, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, it just links.
And then
It's like how we met.
Yeah, bro.
It just freaking links.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, when Sam discovered this podcast, he told me, right, I love this podcast because it feels as if I'm talking with you all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, then after that, he introduces me to you, right? Then you give me the Google Drive link and all that. Then I shout it out. I'm like, wow, this is an amazing initiative.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. So noble, my
Yeah.
God.
First, is one is noble. Number two is fucking creative. Number three is a different way on how you educate.
Yeah.
Because the way he teaches is like through memes, which are hilarious. Actually, we should pull up some memes on.
I've seen
on
the memes online. Yes.
Yeah.
God,
It's
just
fucking
so-
funny. But we should show the
good.
viewers as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we should pull up some memes
I'll
later
send
on.
it to you on your email later.
Bro, WhatsApp to me
Yeah,
lah.
WhatsApp, yeah.
WhatsApp to me, bro. But you know, right? Like all the way it's all linked, and then in the end we get to meet, have this conversation. Then you're like, fuck.
Life,
The internet just really just brings people together. It's insane.
That's like social media. As much as
There are negative things to it. There are so many
there's
positive
a lot
things
of
to it.
positive things. to it. Yeah.
Especially with MJ, we wouldn't know it best.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jesus. Without that
Pomata
podcast.
Kid also, bro.
Pomata also.
Pomata changing our lives without
MJ
being in
also
Pomata.
for Mata?
Yeah.
Do you know MJ from Viral Co?
No.
Viral.co? Check out the channel. They talk about stock investment and
MJ
and
is 1 year older than I am, right? Or 2 years younger than you. 1 year younger
I
than
have
you.
no idea. But like
But must be too senior for his time
Yeah.
already.
He's what, 90?
If he's 90, let's say he's 94, 93.
Nah,
no way, right?
No
Cannot
way.
see. Yeah.
No way.
yeah, because from 5 from 1 too
Exactly.
far.
Yeah,
Too
too
far
far.
already.
Too far.
But the moment you grow older, then you come out, right? Everybody all same plane one.
Yeah,
Yeah lah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then more or less it's almost the same. Dude, get the control. Where's the controller or TV? Dude, Job. You know. Let's pull up some memes, bro.
Yeah, wait, I
Dude,
send to you it.
the memes are hilarious. We're gonna take a quick break. Hold on,
It's
find
not,
the
it's
controller.
not just hilarious, right? You can actually learn one.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the best part, I feel.
Pee first.
You go pee. Actually, you can just leave this on because we're still talking anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, what pants are you wearing?
It's ripped jeans.
You're wearing ripped jeans?
Yep. See.
Okay, I purposely asked that question because I'm wearing bottom slap right now. And then you talk about the sponsor. So that's for you, Joel and guys. I'm wearing bottom slap. Time to stretch. Dude, you know, right? On a complete side note, right? You know, I never wore fancy pants. I just feel it's so uncomfortable. I always wear the stretchy swimming pants. Even when I'm out here or whatever. The only time I wear long pants is for 2 times. Formal event or at work. And that's because work makes me. So if the moment, that's why I work for my mom. And my mom's like, hey, today just come into office for a while. I wear shorts one. And I'll always wear beach shorts one.
Those Bermudas.
Yeah, bro. Because it's so comfortable, dude. I swear to God. I'm like, fuck wearing all this formal shit. Then when I started dating my girlfriend, she was like, can you wear better pants? Then after bottom set, right, wow, bro, best. It's almost like the Bermuda pants, bro.
But it looks formal, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because Andrew dresses so well compared to me. Like, I'm like the hobo in the family. Like, when he dresses so well, like I look like shit, right? Dude, is the Apple TV on? Oh shit. Yeah. But basically I plugged the bottom slap shit.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Yeah,
I think both of us are wearing it.
Yeah. He's wearing ripped jeans.
But most of my clothes, right, I get it from the thrift
Second
shop.
Street,
Not just
everywhere,
Second Street, everywhere. lah.
Jalan,
So
Japan.
this was
everything.
like $20.
Oh,
This
damn.
was $5.
Bro, but you're looking like $100
Like,
right
legit,
now.
it's like
bro.
$5. Like,
You're looking like 1,000, man. Nice.
Yeah.
because like I don't want it to like just waste. Like if no one's buying, right,
Bro.
it's just a waste.
Bro,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I just went to a thrift store the other day and then I saw new Uniqlo shirts. Wow. Brand new,
Yes.
with tag, you know, bro. That means,
Second Street,
yeah,
Okay, I'm going to
it's
Second
in
Street. soon.
it's in SS2. Bro, there's like not just one, it's like a lot, you know, bro.
Shit.
Size I don't know lah. It depends on you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
L, M, S, whatever. But you just have to dig lah.
Yeah.
But dude, you know how much is a brand new button down Uniqlo shirt? It's like almost 80 ringgit. Over there 20, bro. New, you know,
Okay lah, I'm going.
bro. It's mad shit,
It's time to get sponsors from Second Street.
bro. I wish. So right, wait, have you
Why mirror my
have you
sister?
traveled out of Malaysia before?
No.
Never.
Never.
Your Austin was your chance at that time.
Yeah, Austin was a chance. The furthest I've been to out of Malaysia was Sarawak.
You haven't even been to Singapore.
I've been to Singapore because I'm JB ma. But Singapore feels like I'm going to the same country, just much more developed. Like ahead by 10 years. That's what I feel.
ahead by 10 only.
Yeah.
10 only.
Okay
bro.
lah, I'm not that bad.
No, I was thinking more, bro.
Yeah, I mean, okay lah, I give credit lah.
What you really think we are doing?
10 years is a long time actually.
Serious?
Okay,
Yeah.
you get my job?
Maybe I go toilet first.
Oh, go, bro. We'll pull up some memes, man.
I think wrong.
For all the viewers, for all the listeners, this is a quick intermission, so a bit of banter here and there, and then we're gonna show some memes on how Christopher demonstrates sejarah in a more light-hearted way. Oh, it's hard to keep talking by myself. I wonder how Harith does this.
I can talk with you, bro. Don't worry.
Dude, you know Harith, he talks by himself the whole time.
Yeah.
It's connected, but it's not. Oh, the channel isn't flipped to the correct one.
Hey?
Bro, you're not even connected, bro.
Sorry.
Apa ni?
My bad. Off my form today.
Today I also damn off form. I forgot to bring the hard drive. I'm sorry, man, Cheong. I'm a failure. I sent it to the Amateur Sessions WhatsApp group so you can pull it up from there. Hanya dua negeri selat digabungkan. UMNO, PTM 1948. Actually, that girl in the middle is kind of cute. Although she's the one that's like pissing herself mad lah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's appropriate to say that given the meme.
Why? I'm not. I didn't read the Raja. It's funny. Raja Melayu after 1st February 1948.
Not bad lah. Got quite a lot of memes out lah. Not bad.
I feel like memes, right, have to be learned although you're from a different generation. So for example, right, like every generation has different memes already, you know.
Yeah.
It's so hard if you want to understand the new. You know the Mr. Incredible meme?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. I didn't understand it until like 3 weeks ago. Then I like, oh, I get it.
I think because the memes that we started off like 9gag. 9gag
Yeah,
was like the OG
yeah.
memes. You know,
9gag.
everything Mega Star, you know? Yeah, those
and then
kind
the
of things.
OKJPEG. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
yeah.
And then suddenly now like, whoa,
It's mad.
it's mad. It's
It's a
mad.
culture, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Open your WhatsApp and then you pull up the images.
Oh.
Let's see some memes, man.
Yeah, then I can explain. Yeah.
Full screen that shit, Drew. When Malaysia wants to be modern, poor education.
Yeah, no, this is when I was teaching them about like, because we are explaining to people about like education and how Bahasa Melayu is important in our country.
Yeah.
And
I like how
and honestly, right, when I was teaching it or just creating this meme, I was just so full of anger. I was like,
anger creates the best work, bro.
yeah, legit. I was like, can you imagine? Our country is so shit, and we are just focusing on BM.
Yeah.
I understand BM is important. I'm not saying BM is shit, right? But we should not be focusing on BM right now. You know?
It's diversion tactics, bro.
Yeah, it's legit lah.
It's diversion
It's
tactics.
so sad.
It'd be like that.
Okay.
What is barjasa and what is panas? And what
Okay.
is snap?
So basically, this is the elections in Sarawak. Okay. So
Okay.
what happened was in 1955,
Okay.
Sarawak were in doldrums. Whether did they want to join? Not 1955. Sorry, this is 1961.
Wow, I like how
Okay.
he had to correct himself on
Oh,
this.
excusez-moi.
Whether do they want to join Malaysia in 1963 or do they not? So Sarawak was split into two. So SNAP was a group that did not want to join Malaysia.
Okay.
But Barjasa and Panas kept on like, hey, come lah, join us
It's like
lah."
pressure that he doesn't
Yeah.
want. Okay.
So that's what happened to SNAP, and in the end, SNAP joined the coalition and they form a group lah,
Right.
so that they can join Malaysia. But why I created this, right, was because I wanted my students to remember names easier. So when they think about apakah parti-parti politik yang menentang atau apakah parti politik Sarawak yang menyokong penubuhan Malaysia, they remember this meme. Immediately they know Snap, Bajasa, Panas, Kaltim. You get it or not?
Right.
I need something that can make the students remember things easier. I cannot just say, okay, guys, remember Snap, Bajasa, and Panas. What are you going to do? But when you come with these memes, right, at least they remember immediately. It's this meme. Yeah. But honestly, right, I get very scared every time I show these memes.
What, because of the hookers?
No, because because the hookers and
I
like,
mean, Bajasa is pretty out there, bro.
yeah, and like you see what I tried to do with the fonts, right? I tried to
hide
I tried to hide the obscenities, you know.
Which is very appreciated.
Yeah.
But I mean, on this podcast, sure can. Just
Yeah,
showing
yeah.
you. But okay, I get
But
it.
the students maybe I get cancelled or some shit. Actually, I'm not joking, you know. I'm
Do they ever retaliate? Like, do they ever complain that, hey, I think your memes are a bit too out there?
no lah. They
won't ma.
they just joke around. It's like, oh my god, what are you showing? Naughty this and that. But I know they love it, and so
Yeah, they
I
love
will
it.
open my mic and I say, you guys love it. You guys shut up, lah. You guys don't act holy here. You guys watch much worse stuff than me, lah. Come on.
Cool. Learn something today, man.
On to the next one.
Babe, please have sex with me. I'm so horny. Malaysian parents, 1960. I can't. The government says we can't have too many kids.
Oh,
Okay, so this is something that a lot of people don't know.
I like the choice of the anime girl.
Yeah.
So ahegao.
So what happened in Malaysia when it was just born? I mean, when it was just established,
Uh-huh.
because back then people just had sex and then they just have a lot of kids. So the number of abortions and just dead kids or kids with allergies or sickness or deaths, right? Mortality rate is super high. So our government was fighting this problem because people just having sex, and there's too many deaths, and our infrastructure couldn't keep up with
The
the
growth
amount
rate.
of birth. Because
I see.
and this affected Luar Bandar, meaning kampongs, a lot. Because why? The only hospitals that were found was in the city. So can you imagine every time they want to give birth, they need to drive all the way from outside the city, let's say just Bangi, all the way to Petaling Jaya or all the way to Puchong. So you imagine the mortality rate was super high. So the Malaysian government, they wanted to fix this issue. So they actually made out enforcement or started educating people on sex education, like telling them, hey, don't have kids, don't have too many, this and that. So this is what a lot of people don't know, but I use this meme to make my students understand much better on what is the situation back then.
I'm fucking shocked.
Yeah.
Wait, so there was a time where people were just like banging it out, And then
like always lah, you know. Yeah.
yes.
This is in 1960. That's not too long ago.
It's not just 1960. It was only in 1960 where they identified and addressed it as an
I
issue.
see,
yeah.
But it was happening long time ago already.
It's just more apparent because now the cities are there, right?
Absolutely.
But
yeah.
wait. So let me get this straight, right? If I heard you correctly, you said no. This is serious. If I heard you correctly, right? So the government had instilled sex education into our syllabus.
Not really sex education.
Oh,
but
shit,
just
okay.
But just like telling people, hey, they went around like kampungs and stuff and tell people, hey, don't have too much sex, or you want to have sex, you know, wear protection or whatsoever, or just
There was a
be smart
campaign,
enough lah. Yeah, exactly. Because there's too many deaths. It was too bad, and a lot of the doctors weren't skilled enough. But this was after the British left.
It's a very new country.
And you know when the British left, they bring
everything
out.
Yeah.
Like all the British doctors, why do they want to stay anymore? It's no longer their country, so they left. So there's a lot of professional jobs that were
vacant.
And so our country couldn't cope with it.
Wow.
And so that's why
Interesting.
they had to encourage people to just stop having sex, stop having kids
Nice.
for a while. Yeah.
Great meme.
That's fucking
This is,
crazy, man.
I'll rate this meme a 9 out of 10. Pretty good.
Bro, 10 out of 10 for the choice of the girl. If
Yeah,
got
yeah.
color, 11 out of 10. So you can see the colors of her tears because she's so horny.
So basically, this one is quite messed up, lah. Okay. When Singapore, Sabah, Sarawak, the Triple S's joined Malaysia in 1963, it was so sad, especially Singapore. I'll start with Singapore first. Why? See, Singapore, when they joined Malaysia, they wanted three things. They wanted a common market. Just common market. Only. They do not want taxes when they import stuff, export stuff. Come on, it's the same country. How can you have import taxes and export taxes?
I'm surprised that's a requirement.
Yeah.
It should be a
And
default.
so they wanted it. What did Malaysia say? No. Never mind. Singapore was the richest country out of that. Was the richest state because they joined Malaysia as they considered a state. They're the richest state out of all the other states. So what did they want? They want more power in the parliament.
Oh,
They only
okay.
got 15 seats. Sarawak got 16.
Huh?
Sabah got 22.
What?
So they said, come on now. I'm the richest country.
State.
Richest state. Most educated state.
Most educated also.
Of course, what? So much years of English education and stuff.
Oh,
suddenly, and then suddenly, I have the least power in the parliament. So they felt,
My say should mean at least equal,
yes.
right?
And the last thing that they wanted was, they wanted interest. So they actually gave 150 million, this is 1963, to the local government. Which
They gave
is the Malaysian-
150 million in 1963 to
They
the local
loaned,
government.
they didn't give, sorry. They loaned 150 million to the Malaysian government. And they asked for interest. What did the Malaysian government say? No. Can you imagine? 150 million back then, it's crazy amount of money.
1963, bro. That's mad shit, bro.
Man, shit. And Malaysian government did not even offer them 1%. Not even 0.5. So Singapore felt like, this is the exact words of Lee Kuan Yew. I want to be in a family where we're all treated equal. Not like I'm some step brother or step sister, Like legit, because it felt that way. He wanted to have an important part in Malaysia. And he was just met with shit. Like, it's so sad in Singapore. Singapore, can you imagine? Sabah and Sarawak, of course, okay, true, fair enough. Sabah and Sarawak, compared to Tanah Melayu, compared to Singapore, they were super poor, super underdeveloped. So, that loan of 150 million is correct. I mean, it's right.
Distribution
It's needed.
Yeah.
Okay, it's needed. But they did Singapore dirty. It was very sad how actually Singapore tried so hard, to make this Malaysian dream work. Because why? This is Lee Kuan Yew's dream. Lee Kuan Yew always saw the combination of Singapore and Tanah Melayu to be a dream. He said it would be so good if they can work together.
Resources, everything.
The resources of Tanah Melayu and the marketing power of Singapore.
Wow, that would
It
have been
could
an
be
ultra power.
Yeah, ultra power.
We could have rivaled
Yeah,
China, bro.
Exactly. But what happened? But what happened? Race had to come into it. That is why it's very sad. Lee Kuan Yew always wanted a Malaysian Malaysia. Nice to hear, right?
Wow.
Great.
Malaysian
Phenomenal.
Malaysia. You know at that time, what did they counter it with? Malay Malaysia. It was so sad. So sad. He wanted a Malaysian Malaysia. So that's why if you ever see any pictures or videos of Lee Kuan Yew announcing
He's crying like shit.
he's crying like shit. So you ask me lah, does this look like someone who is happily leaving Malaysia or someone who got kicked from Malaysia?
If I'm not mistaken, Lee Kuan Yew isn't even born in Singapore, right? He's from KL or some shit.
Then I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I didn't check on that lah. But yeah,
Let me just Google that
Yeah.
real quick, but yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it was very sad lah. Very
Yeah.
very sad
It's heartbreaking.
for our country. Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
sad.
it was sad for Singapore lah. Very very sad. Yeah.
That's so fucking sad, man.
Ayo, why are we still in Tanah Melayu?
It's just happenstance, but you never know. Oh, he was born in Singapore.
Yeah, it's born in Singapore.
It's just happenstance, but you never know lah.
Yeah. Okay, this one a lot of people do not know. I think safe to say 95% of all Malaysians don't know this.
95%.
Safe to say 95%. I'm pretty sure 3 of you in this room probably don't know this as well. So what happened
Definitely
was, Japan when they invaded Malaya, this is World War II, right? When they conquered the British and
Yep.
stuff.
On bicycles.
On bicycles
yeah.
from the south to the north.
So the main way of staying in this country is through propaganda. Okay, they kept on lying to the Malay people. Why? Because they said, hey, there's this slogan called Asia untuk orang Asia, Asia untuk orang Asia. So what they say, hey, screw the white people. They didn't know how to treat you properly. I know how to treat you properly because why? Saya mata sepet ma, saya kulit kuning ma. I know how to treat you well. So it made a lot of the penduduk tempatan support the Japanese. But as war continued, they realized that this is like an illusion because like the Japanese in our country, they're
still killing us.
they're
right?
still killing us. There's still famine. Everyone was raping and stuff. So the Malays knew that they were losing the war and they were losing the support of Tanah Melayu. So they wanted to give hope to Tanah Melayu. So they said, 17 August 1945, I will give you your ultimate dream. This is called Melayu Raya. What is Melayu Raya? Melayu Raya means the combination of Indonesia and Malaysia. We both get independence at the same time under one country. So can you imagine? 17 August 1945, we are combined into one country.
That
Meaning,
means we are Indonesia also.
we are considered part of Indonesia. That is what happened. That is what will happen in 17 August 1945.
Cool.
But what happened? Why? 48 hours before independence, what happened?
Tarik.
Japanese surrendered because why? Nuclear
They
bomb.
surrendered. Oh.
Because of nuclear bomb.
But they panicked.
7 August was when they dropped the first nuclear bomb.
The
Little boy.
Hiroshima Nagasaki one, right?
Little boy in Hiroshima. 9 August they dropped Fat Man on Nagasaki.
Fat Man. That's the name of the.
Fat Man it's called the nuclear bomb is called Fat Man.
Holy shit! I
It's
can't
much
imagine.
much bigger than the
Yeah.
other one. lah.
So when the Japanese surrendered, they left our country and because they leave our country, that independence plan couldn't go. Why? Because the communists took power and they started killing everybody. So no one that so look into perspective. If America didn't drop the nuclear bombs, Japan
We
wouldn't
would have been
surrender.
Indons way.
And we were Indons. Can you
Yeah.
imagine that? A lot of people don't know, 17 August 1945.
It's only 2 days, eh?
Yeah,
We
2
would have been-
days, 48 hours.
Right.
If the United States chose to bomb Japan 2 days later, or
Indons.
if they chose to bomb Japan 1 week later, we'll be Indons.
Wow.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank God that didn't happen. Our food is way better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's why
This is something, right? MJ would say.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Did you know
100% true.
we are 2 days away from being Indonesia?
it's something a lot of Malaysians don't know.
Is
Actually.
this a permata thing? I swear to God, you're
I doubt
like awaken
Oh,
the
yeah,
rest
way.
of the world, bro. YCS is basically a platform for permata.
Man, y'all got Mangyoko when we still got the 2.
Sharingan
Bro, the
would
two,
be-
we are the one, bro. We still the one thing.
He already killed his best friend already, bro.
Yeah.
He's way ahead of the
I got
curve.
Rinnegan.
What the fuck? But was this mentioned in the textbook? No, right?
It's
It was.
mentioned in textbook.
It's mentioned.
in textbook. In fact, a lot of people don't know that actually there were Malay fighters who joined the Japanese army. It's called Gyu Gun and Gyu Tai. These were two Japanese army, special branches of the Japanese army, where it is fully Malay people in this army.
To infiltrate shit.
Like I said, it's a war of propaganda.
It's just to show that
Japan basically gives the Malays an ultimatum. Either you work with us, because we are Asians, we help you, or we lose the war and the British come back and you don't get independence. So the Malays, torn between both sides, they said, I would rather fight the British, because they always hated the British,
Sure.
and hope that when they win the war, the Japanese give them independence. So they joined these two armies called the Gyugun and the Gyutai, which are Malay Japanese armies. Can you believe that? Gyugun.
Gyugun.
And Gyutai. So yeah, a lot of people don't know, but actually they were Malay Japanese soldiers.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So that's history lah, you know. But I don't blame the Malays who joined this Japanese army.
I wouldn't blame anybody
Yeah.
because you are promised something that is so valuable at the time.
Absolutely. But the textbook tells us that they joined it also because they wanted to learn about the Japanese army. So if ever the Japanese army wants to backstab them, they know how to fight them back.
Sure.
That's what the textbook says lah. I mean, I just believe
Good
lah.
save.
That's what the Japanese army tells you, like, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
So they panic when invade, calm when they're willing to make you co-Indonesia, and then panic when they know more.
Yeah, back
But
then,
actually, they wouldn't have known that the war would have ended after. Right. Because there's hence panic.
so yeah, they panicked because
They were so close.
Shit, they were so close to independence. So close to independence.
What a different world it could have been.
Exactly. Can you imagine together in Indonesia? I think okay lah. If you're together in Indonesia, I think the world will be peaceful lah. Because you know now we see Indonesia, oi baling kencing, you know, every time we have sports against Indonesia.
Yeah.
I tell you,
Yeah, it's quite intense, especially football.
Yeah, football especially.
Yeah.
So
And the debate of nasi goreng and shit like that.
It's so petty, honestly.
I think it's diversion tactics, bro. It's also because you also feel as if you're emasculated as a Malaysian country because you feel as if you are better,
Yeah.
but actually you are no better or if not worse
Absolutely.
in just different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Indonesia is much more better. It's a much more better country than us.
Why do you think so?
Social economic class, the way they handle race issues, racial issues and stuff, economical, just the growth of their country compared to us. Like they leapfrog us in terms of like palm oil and stuff when we were miles ahead of them in 1980s, 1990s. And then now they are way ahead of us. Look at the way they promote their art, promote their culture. Look at the amount of singers that came from Indonesia.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. They're doing something right there, definitely.
Rich Brian, man.
It's definitely something right, because if it's wrong,
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see that. We'll definitely see that. So yeah, I mean,
It's the sad truth, I think
it's
it's
the
also
sad truth.
when you see Malaysia and all their stars, they never really stay here also. One.
Yeah.
Only
So
Michelle
sad.
Yeoh lah, cause she pro BN. And we all know it's true. The rest all chow because they're like,
Guess we can't invite Michelle Yeoh to this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, you never know. Maybe she come on, she's like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
All this. I mean, let's be real lah, right? If she says that she's not pro, then you also don't know what are the repercussions to her
Correct.
career and all that.
Correct.
Is that the last meme?
Yeah, that was the last
That's the
me.
last meme.
5 only, why you asked 5?
I don't know. I thought you were going to throw in a bonus or whatever.
Oh.
It's okay. It's cool. It's cool. Oh, shit. So you never know also. Maybe she also was forced behind the scenes. We all don't know all this, man. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, bro. Wait, let me check whether I have any more questions. Because I know it's like 6:20 and I also got to go soon. But I don't want to like miss out on anything. Wait, just a couple more last questions.
Can, no problem.
Okay. So lastly, or rather second lastly, or third lastly, what do you think of the overall Malaysian education system as a whole, right? And what would you do different? One thing. One thing to change.
What do I think of the entire Malaysian education system?
And what's the one thing you would change?
Okay. I think that the entire Malaysian educational system is a failed system.
It's a failed system.
Failed system. We tried Try the same thing. No result. The result is still horrible. We still get
Same
people.
quality students. Same quality rakyat.
Yeah. In fact, I call it sampah masyarakat. Really,
Shit.
it's really horrible when you pit our society with people from different societies. And of course, like you look at Twitter and you see, oh, they don't talk shit about US whatsoever. Hey, but come on, at least they have freedom to criticize to mengutuk or whatsoever. Us as a country, come on,
Whoa, are we gonna say the A word? Don't say the A word,
no
bro.
lah, like our country, okay, you see, if our educational system is working, everyone will understand in terms of living together harmoniously. It's the basic right that you have in your head. If someone is being treated differently, of course you stand up, right? But our education system does not provide critical thinking. And because we don't provide critical thinking, no one is questioning that, hey, why are they being treated differently? Why are we being treated differently? Why are the police officers who are supposedly law enforcers, but they do not know the law?
Holy shit. How do you enforce something you don't know?
Exactly.
Facts.
So it's something really horrible, really rotten about our country. And it seems to me, not even just currently now, even Masni Malik, when he was an education minister, it felt like everything just fell short. Like, there's no change, we want to see change, but he just gives us small things and say, okay, take it. Oh, see what I changed? White shoe become black shoe. Those kind of things.
Right.
It's not enough. So one thing that I realized that we need to change is we need to be neutral when it comes to education. Because right now, whichever political party takes over the government, they will change the education system. And I feel that way.
Just because they want to put their say in it.
Yeah. And for me, education is a very big no-no. You cannot have political influence in education. Absolutely not. Because
It skews, right?
it skews. And it's not pure.
It's not knowledge anymore.
Yeah, it's not knowledge anymore.
Right,
It's
just-
propaganda.
Yeah.
So we need it to be neutral. Minister of Education shouldn't be government honestly.
Wow. Actually,
Because-
that's true, man.
Because then it's just Minister of Propaganda lor. He gets to decide really. He gets to decide whatever he wants, whatever you learn. So yeah, that's one thing that our education system should be left to the scholars. Bagi golongan bangsawan, bagi golongan yang golongan pendidikan, let them decide.
Because
Like-
they would know.
Yeah,
And- But you see, they would be biased to a party as well, you see. But that's the tough part, lah. Maybe it should be a...
Still better than one wanker.
Yeah,
who
still
has-
better
yeah.
straight away, right? Yeah,
At least there's a board, to make a decision.
absolutely.
I think that's a real tragedy. Sounds like Man United. You don't know what the problem is, but then like change manager, change player, in and out, still shit team after Fergie. But last night's game was pretty fucking good.
Good old Fergie.
Yeah,
What I would trade for Fergie to come back.
you would trade a lot, bro.
Yeah.
I would trade my left arm, bro. But let's not go there. Because that's what I said about the Makeda goal, and then Makeda really scored.
Oh yeah, Makeda. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I
Aston
sacrificed,
Villa.
yeah, I sacrificed my A in SPM for Makeda to score that goal, bro.
Worth it.
That one would it. I went down on my knees.
Not your left arm, lah, bro.
Nah, not my left arm. I went down on my knees, and I was like, God, I give you 1-8 in my SPM. Just let Man United score right now. And Makeda scored the winning goal.
The
Then
goal
I
was
like,
damn sick as well.
Yeah,
goal
the goal was
also
damn sick.
we don't know where's Makeda now. Already.
Yeah.
Some B league, some bullshit. Like,
Serie B.
yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Cool. Final question. I don't know whether this is a rite of passage or whether we should start the new year with this remaining question.
Is it what I think it is?
I think it is what it is.
Then don't
Don't should we end it?
New year, new me, bro. Don't.
New year, new me.
Anything, I don't mind. I'm cool.
Bro, you damn cool already, bro.
Legit,
I know you are. I don't even doubt that.
Just go with him, man. Hood, color hood, ready. Nothing. in
So
life-
we know you watch anime, but you don't watch all anime, ma. So we only know you watch Naruto, lor.
basically that's about it.
Yeah, but if there are two girls in Naruto, right?
Oh, like who?
Wow, that was solid, bro.
That was solid.
Yeah, wait.
That was a solid
Shit.
bang.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
But if there are two girls in Naruto, who would you pick?
There's so many girls.
I know.
Oh,
Who would you pick? Do you know?
I'll pick Ino.
Oh, Ino was a solid choice.
Ino
though.
was a good choice.
Ino and Mizukage. There, come on.
My man.
Bro.
Yeah, bro.
Mizukage, come on.
Mizukage fucking solid, bro. But not when she's in Boruto. When
Oh,
she's
yeah.
in Naruto.
Oh, I don't know
yeah.
about Boruto.
She
yeah.
looks terrible in Boruto.
Oh, really, ah?
Yeah. Naruto, she still on point.
But Mizukage though.
Mizukage and Ino.
Solid choices, wait.
Solid choices.
Solid choices. It's not even mainstream.
Not what? Come on. Sakura. Come on. Sakura. So like, what do I do? Heal people?
What I do
useless.
at heal people? Bro, Manic Ninja very important.
Oh, yeah,
bro.
true. Nah, useless. Yeah, legit.
For me, it was Tsunade lah. So I like.
Oh. Okay,
yeah,
close number 3 is Minato. Not Minato.
Minato is the dad of
no,
Naruto.
I mean, not judging. He's quite handsome. I mean,
What's
Minato's wife is it Kushina?
no. The only female Akatsuki, what's her name?
Conan.
Conan, yeah.
oh, Conan. I see.
Ooh, Conan a bit goth to me. She's like,
Yeah,
Oh, I
Conan
like
is-
golf.
I like.
Give me them golfs. Look, I don't know. There's
What
something
the
about mean, like angry.
you like the tsundere shit, is it?
There's just something about angry girls. You know, like they got passion, it's the anger.
I think you're looking for a lot of passion, bro, in the teaching and in the women. Cool. I don't. You want to shout out anything, bro, before we end?
Yeah, shout out to my team. Yeah, they've
Yeah,
been
boy.
with me since day one.
Even your teacher that inspired you, what's his name again?
Yeah, Mr. Diver. He's dead already. So
Oh,
RIP.
shit.
Yeah, got a heart attack.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
but yeah, he's an OG. He's the one that made me love Sujara. Yeah, a lot of it is my team, my support structure, my friends, you guys, for always being there for me. You know? Oh, Man United days, like legit, Man United days. Wow, those were the times, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, dude. Thank you so much for coming to the podcast,
Yeah,
man.
no reason.
Learned a lot, man. Thanks.
For
Pleasure.
sure.
Man.
It's a Permata thing, man.
Yeah, it's a permanent thing.
For
I
real.
don't
Do you know any
what-
other Permata people that should come on the podcast?
If I know, I'll say lah. Okay.
Okay.
Roger.
Cool, man. All right, let's end the pod, man.
All right, then.
Bro,
Thanks.
2 hours 45 minutes,
Oh
bro.
shit, bro.